First and foremost, we want to give all praise and glory and honor unto Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
and double honors unto the elders and apostles at JMS Great Millstone, and a sincere shalom to all you Akim, bringing up this word in diligence and in truth. This is the Las Vegas GMS City Camp. You know, we come out another Sunday in Babylon to prophesy the downfall of this country. You know, right now we got a lot of turmoil and a lot of chaos that's happening in America. You know, news reports say that over the past 5 days, like the past week, there's been 45 tornadoes within the Midwest, man. And they said this is nothing. This week, the current week that we're about to enter, is going to be even worse. Which means what? It's economic and the physical downfall of the country you call America, which is also known as present day and modern day Babylon, which is also noted as spiritual Sodom in Egypt within the scriptures, which means this is the translation of one kingdom into another, all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, man. Hey, which is why it's even more important, hey, for the men of Yahweh Shai, hey, to be more in the spirit. Hey, it's been the spirit that over the past couple of weeks, and we've been designated to read the book of Jeremiah. You know, starting from chapter 1 to currently being on chapter 21 to 22. You know, hey, because when you're going through the book of Jeremiah and you're reading the words that the Most High and the visions that the Most High put in Jeremiah. Hey, can we grab that Jeremiah 18 real quick? Hey, when you're reading it, it shows the translation of how Jeremiah, hey, through the spirit, how he grew, and through that growing process, yeah, hey, he once pleaded for his people. Talking about you Israelites, can you capture the sign, bro? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Hey, it was a point in time where Jeremiah pleaded for you people. Hey, but Jeremiah's hatred started to grow for the 2/3 because he realized that, hey, they're against the words and the prophecies of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. We grab that brief.
Jeremiah 18.
19, Jeremiah 18 and 19.
Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 19, it says, "Give heed to me, O power Yahweh, and hearken to the voice of them that contend with me. Shall evil be recompensed for good? For they have digged a pit for my soul."
It says, "For they have digged a pit for my soul." Who is this talking about? Hey, this is talking about the Israelites, man. Hey, because on every highway, every major highway and city in America, in the world, you have men of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai on the corners prophesying the downfall of this place. Hey, and the people, hey, can we also just go John 3, any brother? Hey, because also the 2/3 of you people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are against the structure and the plans that the Most High has in store for this place. So you buck up against the men of the Lord. Hey, because you ultimately in your hearts, talking about your mind, which is Lahab, you don't want this place to go down because you're comfortable in the wickedness that's been set in this place, man. Hey, so the people that Jeremiah is talking about is you Israelites, man. Hey, because although we're preaching the downfall of his kingdom, we're also letting you people know, hey, that hey, this isn't the end. You shouldn't be happy and living in this state, man.
Like I say, a lot of you 2/3 of Israel, so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, you will keep this place alive and ticking. You keep it going. You keep the so-called white man, the Edomites, in power. You keep the trends toward wickedness. You follow them, so they build up and become big upon the people. You push the witchcraft, the wickedness. You allow it by not speaking up against it, prophesying against it according to the word. You're with it.
Right, because America has been made a great nation basically off being demons, man, and being demonic. You know, and folly and madness and bread and circuses. And Jake contributes to all of that. You know, whether it be sports, whether it be the music industry, and these same niggas that are evoked with that type of vibration are the same ones that's pushing the spirit of Babylon and allowing it to continue.
It said, "For they have digged a pit for my soul. Remember that I stood before thee to speak good for them."
Because it was a time where Jeremiah was pleading for Israel to the Most High, you know, asking the Most High to allow our people people to get out of the state. God, don't forget them. God, pray for the people. You know, he was lifting up arms for them. Hey, but slowly that started to change. Because through the Spirit, Jeremiah seen how fucked up our people are, man. He seen that, hey, Jake ain't gonna change. Hey, that's why the Most High say he has a remnant. We're talking about the elect, 144,000. The 7,000 men that shall not bow their knee unto Baal. Hey, that cluster of grapes that the Most High has kept unto himself. Hey, that's the only people that's going to hearken unto the words of the Heavenly Father and do what the scriptures say. As for everyone else, hey, you going to have to die in your madness, man. You going to have to die in your wickedness. Hey, can you grab a...
This is Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 14. For we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come.
We have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. Hey, because the elect men, our people, Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, man. But the elect men, hey, they know that this isn't the end. They understand that America isn't gonna be great forever. They understand that the foundations in which we live on are gonna be burned up by thermonuclear fire shot out by the ICBM missiles that the neighboring countries are gonna shoot upon this place, man.
That's right.
Hey,
and if you look at the current event news, that were reversing the Merkel of Germany. She just said, that's what I thought. Anyway, she just said that America's looked at as a world threat or an enemy to those European nations, just like China and Russia are. Because America was once a part of that European Union, NATO. So like NATO is what I mean to say. What I was in the European Union countries that were protecting each other against Russia. But now China and Russia are look like the enemy to them, just like America looks like that same enemy that was once their ally. So now they're looking at things in a better perspective. We know the prophecy said that this place has to be destroyed. You got it, bro.
It says we seek not can you read that again, bro?
Hebrews 13 and verse 14. For we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come.
It says, but we seek one to come. Hey, because the men of Yahweh Shai understand, hey, that this world, this current rulership, being that Esau, you so-called white people are ruling, hey, it's gonna be brought down, man. The Most High is gonna burn it with thermonuclear fire. And that continuing city that we're seeking for is the kingdom of heaven. Hey, New Jerusalem, when the elect are coming down, man. Hey, that's the city, hey, where it's gonna be peace. Hey,
wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Wherein dwelleth righteousness, and the roles shall be reversed, man. Hey, as it says in Ecclesiastes, I've seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. Hey, those roles are gonna be switched. Hey, because right now you have Esau, who's the real servant. Hey, because in Genesis, the 25th chapter, it tells you that the elder shall serve the younger. Hey, and who came out first? Esau. So that elder is still gonna serve that younger. Talking about in the kingdom to come. Hey, because when you also look into 2nd Esdras 6 and 9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. We're talking about the new kingdom. Hey, so that's the cities, that's the city or the kingdom that's gonna be established upon earth, man.
I was gonna say, like it says in Isaiah the 45th chapter, the 17th verse, it talks about how salvation is going to be with the nation of Israel, that they shall be neither ashamed nor confound the world without it. That's talking about uninterrupted rulership. Our kingdom is going to endure forever and ever. You know, all these other nations, they had a duration of time, you know, periods where they were able to rule. But in the kingdom of heaven, Israel is going to rule forever and ever. So that's the continuing city that we're seeking for.
Well, I had to put we're talking about our people, 2/3 of our people who enjoy the wickedness of this place, right? But they don't, that's to a point where they don't even see the wickedness of okay, that right here. Jeremiah 16, verse 9. It says, for thus says the Lord power Yahweh of hosts, the power of Israel, behold, I will cause to cease days the voice of mirth, and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom, and the voice of the bride.
It says the voice of mirth. What is mirth? Mirth is like good times, you know, joyful, joy and cheerfulness. You know, it says he's gonna cause that to cease. And it's written in the book of Ecclesiastes. It's better to go into the house of mourning than to go into the house of feasting. It's better to go into the house of I said so. It's like to paraphrase. Yeah, house of mourning than the house of mirth. Hey, because right now, hey, with everything that's happening within the United States and the countries surrounding it, it's nothing but bad times, man. The people of all the rest of the places except America are currently in mourning. They're currently in a state in which they have to, it's a dog-eat-dog society. They're doing whatever it takes in order to continue to live, whether it be robbed, whether it's killing, you know, whether it's rape or murder. They're doing whatever it takes to get to their next meal, to get to the next day. And that's soon gonna happen in America, starting with because food prices are soon gonna be rocketing, man. Hey, like we read last night, minerals are gonna be good cheap upon the earth. Hey, they're gonna think to be in good case. Hey, well that's happening right now, man. Hey, minerals are cheap. Hey, but soon over the next week, over the next month or two, you're gonna see that your dollar menu, or you're gonna see that your can of beans are gonna go up to $4 a can. You're gonna see that your Kool-Aid packets that was once 10 cents are gonna be $1.50. You know, all these different things are gonna go up because things are changing within the world. The Most High is causing turmoil and confusion to go about the lands where people are it's gonna take more to buy food than you have in your paycheck.
That's dealing with inflation.
Kind, bro.
You know, when commodities and different crops and products, when there's a scarcity in those type of products, the prices have to be raised because it's limited. You know, like the brothers talking about. You had these different floods that's been tearing up the Midwest, and that's the area where all the crops are being grown. That's where you have a lot of farmers that have the farming industry. But everything has been contaminated because of all those floods, tornadoes.
A lot of livestock died.
Yeah,
chickens died.
A lot of cattle has perished. They can't forget about that polar vortex. That caused a lot of blasting of your crops. And then once it melted down, it turned into a flood. You know?
I was gonna say, and the beautiful part about it, you people can act like it's something simple. It's just you know, people manipulate. No, this stuff, there's a lot of nature, so to speak. I want to say Mother Nature. There's a lot of natural events, catastrophes going down. Just to show you that's a higher power than man simply upon the earth. And you can say, well, Esau had the harp, whatever with that. And the Most High is the one that makes it.
Because the Most High put that creation within their mind to do it, man. And you can't forget, like I said, over the next week, they said that if you know anything about tornadoes, they say a tornado happens when a cold front and a hot front meets each other. You know, they mix. The cold front is pushed down because the air is more dense, but the hot front is pushed up, which causes them to mix into each other and create that tornado. They said that over this next week, it's gonna be a huge cold front that passes over the Midwest, and that cold front is gonna meet with that hot front, and it's gonna cause even bigger tornadoes.
Even the winds are at war in this place. That's how divided this place is. The Most High is a man of war, and he's setting up war on every level.
Every level.
Okay, one against another. Every level is being brought at arms against the other. Okay, and it's no different than the natural disasters that are happening to where you people are gonna get caught into a destructive situation. Whether it's the economy and lack of food, whether it's because of the crops and all of that, or whether it's the money shutting down, whether it's rioting, all types of things. Everything, your worst nightmares are coming to you here in America. Okay, simply put. Let me wrap this script up, bro. It says that's what it's talking about. It says verse 10, it says, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore hath the Lord pronounced this great evil against us? Why is he going to destroy America? Why is he bringing all this against the so-called evil of Native America? Why is he bringing this against the American people? Right? It says, wherefore hath the Lord pronounced this great evil against us, or what is our iniquity? You don't follow after the Heavenly Father. Period, point blank.
God, and especially being in America, all you people sacrifice your time and spirits unto idols, man. Hey, whether it be the music industry, whether it be entertainment, hey, which is all under the spiritual demon Satan. Hey, that's what Jake does. And Jake isn't hearkening unto the words of the Heavenly Father, hey, because it's all across, as it says in Proverbs, the first chapter. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets, in the chief place of concords. You know, that's talking about the gates of the city, man. Hey, the Lord is putting the spirit on his men to come out every week diligently to push the word unto you people. Hey, but you hearken not unto the words of the Heavenly Father, which is moving through the prophets. So the Most High is going to bring great evils upon you. Hey, because this is now supposed to be the time for you, Jake, to be getting closer into the Heavenly Father, being that the times are at hand. But instead, you continue in your folly and madness, which is going to be your downfall.
Even under the disguise of religion, you say, but I love Jesus, I love God. But that ain't the proper Jesus and God, or the anointed Savior and the Most High God, according to the Bible. All right? Go to the precept box.
This is Proverbs 1:23. Burn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known.
Like it says in the book of Joel, the 2nd chapter, and Acts, the 2nd chapter, He's going to pour out His spirit upon our people. And you ain't seeing it? You ain't seeing a lot of videos of end time dreams. You ain't seeing a lot of these men standing on certain corners, with Bibles pushing the word out there. You don't see the natural disaster. You don't see people talking about the prophecies coming to pass. You don't see these things. If you don't, you're probably just going to be destroyed. Period, point blank. If you're not sighing and crying for all the abominations done in the midst of this place, particularly Babylon the Great.
Because I have called and you refuse, I have stretched out my hand.
How has he stretched out his hand? How has he made his words known unto you? By sending his prophets on the street. Just like they were saying, what is our sin, what is our iniquity? Well, the job of the prophet is to go out and show my people Israel their iniquity and their transgressions. Okay, so we're out here for that service to show you that you're going off and that the Most High will destroy you unless you correct your ways. Yep,
I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel and with none of my reproof.
God, you put it off to the side. Jake never takes warning serious. Hey, even when they're a kid, mother or father tell Jake, a little kid, hey, stop doing that. Hey, but the kid continuously do it until he finally touched the hot iron. Now he burnt and crying. You know? So Jake has never been attentive to warning. You know, Jake is always, hey, as the scripture says, hey, we're a hard-headed people. Stiff-necked, a stick-necked nation. That's Jake, man. So since you have all and before every major downfall of a society or kingdom, the Most High has set his men out there to prophesy the downfall of it and to tell his people to come back unto repentance. Yep. Hey, and it's happening right now, which shows you that we're at the end times. But hey, as it says in Isaiah, it says, the ox knoweth his neighbor, the ass his master's crib. Hey, but Israel doth not know, my people did not consider. They don't consider that their deeds are evil. They don't consider that the things that they're going to do, that the wickedness that they have been doing is going to come back and get them. Right. You know? Hey, but this time, hey, it says in Ecclesiastes, because sentence against an evil work is executed speedily, the hearts of the sons of men are fully setting them to do evil.
They don't know that it's wrong because there's no punishment coming out of it.
Yeah.
But they know some ain't right and they've been warned.
Right.
But they just gonna keep doing it. All right, well, you gonna get the punishment that comes with it.
Brother, bring John the 3rd chapter.
I had a quick one for you. It's like Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 2. I'm going to start at 1. It says, the word of the Lord also came unto me, saying, Son of man, thou dwellest in the midst of a rebellious house, which have eyes to see and see not, and have ears to hear and hear not, For they are a rebellious house. You know, that's plain, man. Jake is a rebellious house, man. They're very stubborn. They're very stiff to following instructions, man. Yeah. You know.
Jake always got their own way of doing something. Even though Jake always want to reinvent the wheel. Motherfucker roll already, man. Quit trying to reinvent. The Most High laid the blueprint on what we should and should not be doing in the earth. Stick to the script.
Yeah.
Don't try to reimagine some new way to do it.
I agree with what you said. Then I'm gonna get that John 3.
Proverbs 16 and 25. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
And that's simple, man, because our people, they always want to do it their way. They want to say, no, the name is Jesus Christ. You know, this is what I'm going to call them. So your ways are going to be to your destruction. 2/3 of our people, they just got that can't get right spirit. You know, as much as you want to tell them, as much as you try to push it on them, they're not going to get it, so they're going to have to die. You know? But I got that, John.
Jake want to reprogram the manual.
Yeah.
You know, instead of letting the Most High be the Most High, man.
Yeah.
You know what's best. You know more than the Most High, your own creator, man. That's why the Most High whoop y'all ass every time, man. That's why you went from captivity, and even to this day. Till this day. You niggas are still in captivity, man. Right here on the bottom complaining, marching in the streets that you always get shot down. All right? You feel the penitentiary, the highest incarceration rates. You know, nobody respects you. You're just a spectacle. You just entertainment. You know, why are you like this? Why are you living like this, man? That's because you refuse to hearken to the Lord's voice.
Why are we spoiled?
Why are you spoiled?
We're a servant. You know?
Born slave, yeah.
Because we refuse to turn to the Heavenly Father. You gotta go.
This is John chapter 3 and verse 19. And this is the condemnation that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil.
Hey, they're enticed by the wicked. They oversee the deeds of the wicked, okay? That's our people. We love to be wicked because we see the so-called white man of the other nations being wicked. But the Heavenly Father didn't tell us to do that. We were told to stay away from what the heathen do. All right? And because we won't, we're going to be punished for it as a nation. We've been punished, but the beautiful part about this time is the elect don't have to get punished with the rest of you niggas, man. We could Lord, what am of the elect? We of the elect. We get to escape that part, okay? You gotta go through some hard stuff to be tried. We don't get the same punishment that you get. Okay, this will make this a better ministry established on better promises.
It says our people love darkness rather than light, man. Yeah. That means that really they're friends of the world, like the Lord said.
Friends of death.
You know, the Lord said, was that James the 4th chapter? Ye adulterers and adulteresses, but you know that friendship with the world is enmity with the Most High.
That's right.
So if you in gross darkness and you are comfortable in that darkness, you're an enemy of the Most High, man. You know, because really you feel like it's a burden to tie yourself to the instructions and statutes and judgment that the Lord gave to us in order to keep on this planet Earth. You feel like it's a burden to you, man. You rather that yoke be off of you so you can serve your own flesh. And that's what the society is geared towards, you serving your flesh, man. There's a reason why you got a lot of our women that are outraged by these laws being passed to basically ban abortion, man. Want that liberty, you want that freedom to basically abuse yourself. You know, you want to sleep with every nigga you see that give you attention. You know, and that's dangerous, man.
Go into the HIV.
Yeah, that too. You wonder why you leading in abortions. You the top ethnicity leading in abortions, man. And then you also lead as the top ethnicity in HIV and AIDS, man. You know? And you want to be the main one talking about my body, my pussy, my choice. So is that what you choose? You choose to live a self-destructive, irresponsible life, man? Destructive to your children, destructive to the people around you? Yeah. You know? That's totally off, man. But like it just said, my people love darkness rather than light, man. All right, you should really be supporting those bills, man. You should be for life. You should be pro-life. But it basically what that does is it forces you to finally take responsibility of being a parent, and that's one of the things that you women on this side you don't want that responsibility, man. If you could have it your way, you'll live an infertile life. All right, you'll live all your life infertile until you're ready to press the reproductive button on your pussy. All right, so when you feel it's right for you to have a child, man. So during that whole period where you just living infertile, you sucking and slurping all the DNA from hundreds. Busting off, doing all type of shit, man. You know, and then when you decide you ready to be a mother,
that type of woman, most of them only want children to trap the man that they think they want. That's usually, or to feed the man that they got or that they want. That's usually how it goes down.
Yep.
Most of you just want to keep. Why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? Men have been told that for years, but that goes to you women also. A lot of you feel that same way now that you're getting that opportunity to go sleep around with no consequence. But there is a consequence that comes with it. You're gonna see what that is too.
Yeah, man, you want the privileges of pleasure without the consequences of the responsibility, man. So it basically, Esau placed these laws to where when you do things, we're supposed to treat you like an adult, but when it comes to the consequences of the responsibility, we gotta treat you like a child in an adult body, man.
Yeah.
So that's why you like it like this, man. But you're in gross darkness. That's why you're leading in the HIV rates as well as abortion rates, man.
You don't see you've been set up to be destroyed? That you're the foremother of what destroys our people? Look at how our young kids are being raised. You're the one doing it. You single mothers. You're the one that's destroying our sons. Because even the men that's in these young men's lives, they were raised by their mothers or grandmothers to be just like women and help to destroy them with their mentality. They're not following after the statutes, laws, and commandments, after the manly way of the Heavenly Father. It said to be a man, you have to hear the whole conclusion of the matter and fear the Most High God.
That's right.
That's not being taught in the homes. That ain't been taught for years. Since like slavery, since like the 50s. And even then, it was still tainted with Esau's biblical views. Okay? And not the true righteousness of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Whoever,
I still had it, John 3 and 20. You guys?
Well, I was going to go with it, but you could go ahead. I'll finish this.
It's John 3 and 20. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth truly,
you don't want to do it because you don't want to be corrected. You don't want to come to the light because you won't have to be corrected.
Fine. What comes with darkness? You get to be friends with the world.
I'm about to read it.
You know,
I'm about to read it in John, bro. Go ahead. I'll finish this and I'm getting it.
but he that doeth truth cometh to the light, and his deeds may be manifest, that they are wrought in the Most High.
I'll get this for you real quick because I know you was going into it.
This 1 John 2 and 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, and not of the Father.
All those things are darkness. That's the thing that you want to experience. Those are the things that you're taught by society that mean the most to you. Okay? Instead of the love of the Heavenly Father by keeping His righteous ways of wisdom.
God, you care about what the people around you are saying. You know, you like the taste of pork, shrimp, crab. You know, you like how it feels when you go on the Red Lobster. You know, you like all basically everything that promotes death.
The prestigious status of being that Red Lobster. I can afford Red Lobster.
I had steak and lobster.
Steak, lobster, and butter biscuits.
You also got diabetes, high cholesterol,
Heart disease, liver disease.
heart disease, liver disease, gout. You know, now you got, like the brother was going into, now you got STDs. You know, now your body can't fight off the sicknesses. You know, and you gotta get destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, or now you're gonna get apparitions on you. You know, newly created creatures gonna tear you up.
It's a chain reaction. It's a domino effect to all those wickedness that our people do. It's consequences, and that's what the Christian church, and that's what you're not being told. They don't tell you about consequences. It's consequences when you go off according to this book.
Hey, Con, the job of a prophet or a man of the Lord is to warn you by fear.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why I said through the terror of the Lord we persuade men.
Yeah.
Hey, the pastors ain't telling you, oh, you keep doing that wickedness. Hey, the Lord is gonna fuck you up, man.
Right.
They telling you, oh, now do what makes you feel good. Do what makes you happy. The Lord knows what's on your heart.
Make sure you pray.
Yeah.
Pay your time.
Yeah.
The Lord forgives you. The Lord forgives all, and they don't tell man. The scriptures even say that the Lord said He would not smell out a solemn assembly because Jacob was going off, having premeditated sacrifices because they was gonna go off. Oh, let me get this turtle dove or get this goat or this lamb because I'm about to commit adultery, or I'm about to just go off according to the law. Jacob knew the law back in the day, but they was wicked. No new thing under the sun. Our people know our people know that they're going off to a degree, but they don't give a shit.
What's up, brothers?
Because the Lord ain't they haven't really brought the hammer down on our people yet, but it's coming.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Hey, Con, or your pulpit pastors, they'll tell you, oh, repent, but don't tell you what repenting is.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you have a Christian that think they know something. Oh yeah, I'm repenting, or I repented from that, and then still do the same thing. That's not repenting. Repenting is to turn back from it. Stop doing it. You know? Hey, but
A good way to get a Christian is, you ask them what is sin, and usually they'll say something like, "Oh, sin is missing the mark," or
they got all these phrases.
they got all these different phrases and whatnot.
I asked somebody that the other day. Sin is just doing wrong in the eyes of God. But what is doing wrong in the eyes of God? You gotta explain this.
what are the standards?
Yeah, how do you know?
So you ask them, so are the laws done away with or not? And they'll usually say, well, no, the Lord, He fulfilled the law, so it's done away in Christ. We don't have to keep the law. Oh, so you mean to tell me a man can dress up like a woman, or two men can get together and have homosexual relations? Is God is who you call God pleased with that? And they'll be quiet because they'll be like, well, they'll say that that's wrong, but all right, well, show me anywhere in the New Testament. Show me anywhere in the New Testament where cross-dressing is wicked. Where did the Messiah himself say cross-dressing is wicked?
Yeah, that's the Messiah himself, right?
Because they like to use show me in the gospel where it says this, and this, right?
They always want to limit the range of what you can use out of the book, like it's all not in one book.
Exactly.
It's all not the same word over the whole thing.
Exactly. Man.
I mean, it's kind of fun to do it without the apocrypha, but come on now. Y'all want to limit the book that I can find this in? You can find me somewhere Jeremiah said.
Or they tell you,
like another one. If somebody was to ask you, is it wrong for me to sleep with my
Neighbors.
No, not adultery, because adultery is in the New Testament. But let's switch it up. Is it lawful if I sleep with basically if you commit incest, basically, if you sleep with a auntie, you know what I'm saying, or a woman sleep with her uncle, is that okay? Of course they're gonna be like, no, that's wrong, that's sinful. Well, show me that in the New Testament where it says that we can't do that. They ain't gonna be able to show that to you. But obviously, there's nothing changed. The law still stands even in the New Testament. Obviously, that's wrong. Go back to the Levitical law. Leviticus 18 chapter tells you none of that is right. But if you're trying to say that the Lord did away with that, then how are you going to know where you're sinning? You know? These Christians, they're a joke, man, but that's another demonic religion that destroyed our people mentally, man.
But now, like we were reading before, our people can't see the darkness because they're not told that what they're believing in and that they're involved in is darkness.
Right.
It's wickedness. They think it's all of their sentence against an evil word and then execute. They don't think they're doing none
don't hate the sin, he hate the sinner. Or he don't hate the sinner, he hate the sin. Hey, well, you won't have the sin without the sinner. Dummy.
The sin perform itself? No, the sinner performs the sin.
God. Or they'll tell you, you can't judge. Who are you to judge? And then try to bring up the account where Yahweh Shai said, the account where he said, let him who without sin cast the first stone. You know, and y'all don't understand that. Hey, or they just come up with they'll come up with anything to try to justify the wickedness that they're doing. And that's why the scriptures tell you, he that justifieth the wicked and condemneth the just are both an abomination unto the Most High. Hey, because that's what you people do. That's what Israel does. And that's why you're going to get paid for the wickedness that you're doing.
Yes, sir.
Hosea 5 and 15, I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offenses and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early.
In their affliction, they're going to seek him early. They're going to seek the Most High early. Hey, because as the scriptures say, our people have a zeal for the Most High, but not according to knowledge. Hey, but our people are so caught up in being demonic that they're not going to call upon the Most High until it's too late. It says in your affliction, you're going to seek him early. So when you're right in the face of a Gurger troop, you know, and you got the M16 right in front of your face, then you're gonna be trying to call upon the name of the Most High. Yep. Or when you down to your last cracker, you know, and your baby is starving because he ain't had nothing to eat in the past 2 days, then you're gonna try to pray into the Most High. You know, when you got men that's trying to kind.
You seek me early.
Kind. But when somebody's when you got a troop of your neighbors trying to come into your house and to kill you for your bottle for your can of beans, then you gonna try to call upon the Most High to ask him to save you, man. Hey, but then it's gonna be too late. Hey, because now you gonna get the reward for your wickedness.
Yep. What's that reward, bro?
It's death. It's death, man. Hey, but you people ain't gonna understand. You people ain't gonna get it until it's right in front of your face.
Yeah, it's not just gonna be death. It's not gonna be a nice, like you guys think death is gonna be nice and easy.
Hey, bro, they think that they can take a pill and go to sleep.
Yeah, right.
No, you niggas, our people, you're gonna get tormented with fire and brimstone. You gotta be really wicked to get the missiles.
Right.
But you're gonna go through famine, pestilence, martial law. You're gonna be separated from your families. All right, you're never gonna see your kids again. You're never gonna see your wife, your husbands again. This is gonna happen to America, to you, and mainly to you Israelites. What the scripture say in is it 1 Peter 4? Judgment shall begin at the house of the Heavenly Father. That's your Israelites.
Hey, Conan is beautiful. Hey, because when we're out here on the highways and hedges, all you people laugh at us. Hey, the scriptures tell you we're made a spectacle unto the world. So you see us as a joke. You see us as a game. Or they're like, oh, another year and the Lord still ain't came. That's what you niggas say.
Where's the promise of his coming?
Where's the promise of his coming? That's what you people say to us. Hey, but it's beautiful because y'all laughing now. Hey, y'all laughing at us. Hey, trolling on our pages. Yep. You know, being scoffers when we're doing live streams. Hey, but soon, what are you gonna do when your internet is taken out? What are you gonna do when you don't have access to fresh water or running water? Hey, you niggas will lose your mind right now if the internet went down. So what are you gonna do when all these troubles, when all these hells come against you? Hey, the scripture said, hey, the men, the Most High, we're gonna laugh at your calamity and mock when your fear coming.
Right. Hey, because the Most High gonna laugh.
Kind. Hey, what are you gonna do when you have nothing, when you have no power to call on? When you're ultimately by yourself.
Nothing you try works.
Kind, bro.
To save you out of the situation.
And it's beautiful that you said that. When nothing that you try works. Hey, y'all don't understand right now. And right now you are in really America's already been destroyed spiritually. And we just have to wait for it to physically manifest. Hey, but right now, hey, it's all good. You know, nobody's crying. You watching your NBA series. You know, you watching you listening to your favorite rapper because he just dropped his garbage album, and you're not worried about nothing. Hey, Shalom, bro. Yeah, but hey, you're not worried about nothing. You got free, bro?
I got a free, real quick. Go with this stuff.
It's Psalms chapter 2, verse 4. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision.
It says, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. Hey, meaning that nothing that you're going to try is worth it. He gonna be laughing at you, man, because hey, you had a place of repentance. You could have been in a lowly position. You know, you could have sacrificed the world on this side to get the kingdom in the end, but instead you chose the friendship with the world. And friendship with the world is only gonna get you death. It's gonna get you painful, man. Because now you gonna in order to eat, you're gonna accept the chip. You know, in order to survive, you're gonna get the mark of the beast. You're not gonna endure through the hour of temptation. You know, you're gonna be in the concentration camps, getting different experiments done on you. You're gonna hear the screams of your children. You know, you're gonna see how hard they gotta go through it when their stomachs are aching, when they got headaches, hey, when you don't have the ibuprofen to give to them, or the Claritin to help them go through their allergies. Because the Most High is plaguing their mind and not only yours.
Hey, not only that, it's that, bro. Like the whole demonic black death. That's back. I believe back then in the Dark Ages when that hit, that was the plague from the Heavenly Father, as it will be in this time also.
So Jeremiah 11, verse 11. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape.
Hold that, so like, what shall we read this? I think that'll go better after this. 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. And they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, now is that time of liberty that you can get right with the Heavenly Father. Now is that time. You have the information. The prophets are out there answering questions. Literally, there's Q&As by the apostles giving you biblical answers to whatever questions you have in the Spirit. Okay, but you detest and you loathe and hate those ways of righteousness. So guess what? You gotta get the punishment. It says, and when as place of repentance was opened unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by day.
Jeremiah 11:11. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape.
If you loathe the law of the Heavenly Father by now, you have liberty. This is what you're going to get from him. He's going to destroy you. He's going to send evils upon you. You got it, bro.
And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them.
He ain't going to hear you. Oh my God, please. He's not going to hear you. He's going to continue with the destruction that's appointed to you. You're not going to blood it down, bro.
Verse 12, it says, Then shall the cities of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem go and cry unto the gods unto whom they offer incense, but they shall not save them out of all in the time of your trouble.
Yeah, what about the other gods? That Jesus Christ character? You know, the other white meat? That sweet Jesus, you know? That Allah?
Yeah, the Allah,
Buddha, Kemet, Shiva, all them other gods, man. And all them other heathen gods in particular that you Israelites are following after. What about when the evils come upon you? What happened to them? If they can arrive, let them save you.
And Jake don't understand. Hey, you can try to physically prepare all you want to, but that means absolutely nothing, man. Hey, because your physical preparation can't save you. It's all about the spirit, man. Hey, Isaiah 33:6 says that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. So for all you niggas or you heathens that think you're gonna be able to prepare for this day, it's gonna ultimately fail, man. Your canned goods, your guns, your end of the world plans, hey, all of that is gonna fail, man. The scriptures tell you that you're gonna be leaving all of that to another. Hey, and Lord willing, it'll be a man of the Lord. Kind, man. Hey, you ain't shooting your way out of this trouble. Nor you gonna get hide, cause you can't hide from the Most High, man.
I got that.
Isaiah 55:6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near.
God says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found, and call upon him while he is near. Hey, cause later when all hell breaks loose, hey, because the famine of the word is gonna happen, man. And it's gonna happen soon, sooner than you think. So you better be getting all this knowledge while you can. Hey, and if you ain't, because ultimately if you don't have the Lord in that day, you have no covering. Hey, the scriptures tell you the Lord, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, and those that exactly, and those that run into it shall be saved. Hey, because right now we're sacrificing on this end to Lord willing to endure and for the Lord to keep that hedge of protection upon us. Hey, because it says the angels encampeth round about those that fear the Lord. And that's those that are doing the work. Because ultimately, if you're not doing the work, you don't fear the Lord, man. Because as a man, he told you to come out on the highways and hedges and bid unto the marriage. And from fear, you're going to do what he say because it's the right thing to do.
Ezekiel chapter 2 and verse 4. For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord power. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall they know that that there have been a prophet among them.
Hey, Con. Hey, you Jake, you niggas that listen to y'all listen to anything garbage. Anything that, it could be literal music, or it could be the philosophies or rhymes of these other nations. Y'all sip it up and eat it up, man, and take it as truth. Hey, but when it's the real words of the Heavenly Father, the true gospel, the real music, coming from the scriptures, hey, then Jake cast it off to the side. Hey, but it's crazy. You'll listen to anything, but when it pertains to literal your life being life or death, yeah, you want nothing to do with it. You want nothing to do with it, man, and that's ridiculous.
Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Right, and that mark isn't talking about the same mark that's written up in Revelation, the 13th chapter. This mark is talking about the mark of exemption, man, that the Most High is putting inside his pen, man. That's going to be exempt from that judgment. That's going to make it and endure into the end. Talk about the elect.
It's the wisdom in the name of Yahweh Shemel Shah. It's that mark. You're sending your spirit, that your spirit automatically gravitates to and refers to when anything happens. Okay? Verse 5. And to the others he said in mine hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
Because in that day, the Most High ain't about to have no pity or respect the persons on an elderly woman or elderly man or a young baby, man. From a 3-month-old to a 30-year-old to a person that's 103, man. To a pregnant woman. Hey, if you ultimately not ordained to be saved, hey, you're numbered unto death. Hey, because ultimately, if you're not hearkening to the words, hey, then you're gonna be killed anyways. Because the Most High, hey, y'all don't understand how gruesome it's about to be out here, man. Hey, the scriptures don't talk about famine and cannibalism for no reason. Hey, just because you people can go and get your food now, because specifically here in Las Vegas, hey, food places don't close, man. You can literally go get a burger 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Uber Eats, things like that, so you can get your favorite food any time of the day.
It's convenient. Everything's convenient in this city.
But it says, hey, because the death angels are gonna be rampant. They're gonna be rolling around every corner, man. And it says slay all old and young. Man. So your 3-year-old ain't gonna have no hedging over him. Hey, but the brothers within the fold, their family's gonna be protected.
I got a precept. 2nd Ezra chapter 2. Chapter 2, verse 26. As for the servants who I have given thee, there should none,
That's his servants, that's teaching the word, that's his prophets. Go ahead.
there should not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Be not worried, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. My hand shall cover thee, so thy children shall not see hell.
Okay, so you and your children, if you're of the elect, you and your children won't see the grave. You won't see death. You don't get the royal treatment while everybody else is getting the life of a beggar, of a slave, of an enemy, of a strong man. Okay? Most High is going to destroy the 2/3 of the other nations, break you all the way down, but the elect is going to be safe. They're going to eat. They're going to be away from the dangers. Okay? That's the benefit of this thing of waking up now, of the Heavenly Father choosing you. Okay?
Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 30. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, Come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them.
And they hear the words that we tell them, correcting you to do it. We read it out the Bible, you see that. But when it's time to perform those on a regular basis, you don't want no parts of it. You don't want that responsibility. Because somebody came over and was like, here you go, bro. And then you just naturally do it. Or I made shrimp etouffee tonight, or whatever the hell you fried shrimp, whatever, and you just can't resist it. Or your favorite pork chop meal is made, you can't resist it. The Heavenly Father don't want no parts of you. You somebody that he wants to destroy because you continually cast his words behind you. He gotta destroy you, bro.
That's small temptation. That's small shit. If the Lord can't trust you to not eat something as small as shrimp and pork and lobster, how can he trust you with this word? How can he trust you with something so valuable as, is this gift that the Heavenly Father has given us?
Let alone faith.
Let alone faith and
Yeah, because the Lord is raising up judges, man. His laws is basically the foundation of the whole planet for the whole planet to live by. All right, so he's basically raising up judges to judge between the holy and the profane.
That's right.
All right, in short, pork, shrimp, and lobster. All right, those are beautiful animals in their order. But you don't supposed to eat them, man. You don't supposed to physically take them out the oceans and the seas and eat them, man, and consume them, man. Those animals have a certain purpose on this planet to clean up the planet, man. All right. Well, what the so-called white man do, man? He does the opposite. He does the contrary to the Heavenly Father's law, man. And you see how the earth is jacked up now, man. All right. But you people in darkness, you wouldn't even know what righteousness is, man. You couldn't even see you couldn't even envision what a righteous world would be, man.
Hey, something as simple as you guys enjoy paying for bottled water.
Yeah.
You enjoy that. Versus, it should be alkaline water in the rivers and
Yeah, it's supposed it's ours.
drink from.
I got this alkaline water. I spent $3 extra.
Right.
Better than the regular water.
Bro, you should be able to drink rainwater.
That's what I mean. Everything should be fresh in the earth. The earth should be more than enough for us to live off of the earth itself.
It's like, the Gadites, the Native American Indians, before the so-called white man got over here, you can drink water from the streams, man. You can drink water from the lakes,
They say it was so many trees, a monkey could not touch the ground all the way from Maine all the way to Florida. There was so many trees. And what did the so-called white man come to? Deforestation is taking place right now, but deforestation happened hundreds of years ago when the so-called white man brought his weak ass over here. You know what I'm saying?
And it's actually in the law that there's different trees you're supposed to keep alive, and trees that you cut down and build.
If it's a tree that's dying, you're supposed to supposed to cut down their trees.
Real quick, Isaiah 24, verse 5. The earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting
Change
covenant.
the laws from the righteous ways of the Heavenly Father to what man thought they could use it for. Now instead of it being a tree of righteousness that should stand, be there for its purpose, now it's Edomite has made it to where it's a rarity tree, it's a precious tree that you should want. Now, you should want to build your house or build something with a tree that nobody's building with. You know, like it's a delicacy to eat these shellfish and things that clean the water and all these scavenger animals. Okay? They made you believers like that now. You people swallow it down home. It's like the Jim Jones Kool-Aid, man. Great flavor. You love it, man. Okay?
Our people don't even understand the state and condition of their world, man.
Right.
You know? I mean, shit, man. Esau is basically destroying everything natural, and he's basically remanufacturing it artificially and basically selling it to you. And then what's still organic and natural, he's making it expensive.
Yep.
That's what he's doing to basically everything, man.
Yep.
You know?
All the processed shit is cheap. And then he has to up the price on it because of all the packaging and all the processes that he has to put on it to sell it to you. All, like you said, all the organic and natural. Organic means natural. That's all it really means. So when you buy lettuce, it's already organic, but then they gotta put pesticides and shit all on it, you know, and mess it all up. But then they make you pay for something that's been washed off. The same shit that's been washed off, that don't have GMO seeds or whatever. You pay extra for that. Okay? This man is the worst being ever upon the planet, the worst thing that ever happened to the earth. But he will sit here to show you what not to do. Which he is in every way against what the Heavenly Father told you to do. Okay, so if you follow after the ways of the world or the ways of darkness, which is the way of Esau, you're going to be destroyed by the Heavenly Father.
I got a pre. Someone has one?
Well, it was a little. It says, therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. That's why the Most High didn't shorten the days for the elect, say there will be no flesh left to be saved, man. You know? The Most High continue to allow this devil to do what he's doing in the planet, and we all die off, man. We become extinct just like these animals that's ending up on the damn endangered species list.
Right. You got whales beaching themselves all over the damn earth, man.
Yeah, with fucking 20 pounds of plastic in there. Shit.
You got all type of Jack in the Box wrappers and hot Cheeto bags and all type of shit, man.
All in the ocean.
All down at the bottom of the sea. Condoms, all you name it, man.
Diapers, the nasty shit.
That's because this devil, he doesn't give a fuck about the environment, man. You know?
And I gotta go on my phrase.
And it's just like somebody when you so busy trying to dig for treasures, you don't even worry about the dirt and everything is going and how it's fucking up the whole yard. Yeah.
Over, you know, to block yourself into
You
here.
done buried your kids, you done buried all, everything is all jacked up because you just busy trying to dig for riches, man. That's Esau.
Yeah.
He's destroying and fucking up the whole planet just to accumulate riches for himself.
That's the spirit, because when Esau came over here, they were so engulfed in digging and looking for gold that they forgot to eat.
They forgot that they were gonna have to be here living.
They forgot that they didn't know how to grow any crops and then how to live off the land, so they was damn near about to starve. Esau was digging up dead Gadites and eating them.
They were digging anyway.
They was digging because they didn't have no food. That's how perverse and wicked this so-called white man Esau is, man.
Yeah, we was talking about plastic, you know, a little bit ago. The inventor of plastic is Edomite, so-called white man from London by the name of Alexander Parks. All right, that's the inventor of plastic, an Edomite.
And plastic is like one of the worst inventions ever. One of the worst inventions forever. How did society ever last without plastic? All plastic did was preserve ways for this man to assume more power over things he shouldn't have. That's all it really did. But then in the same token, this point, how is it that you have water, fresh, it's supposed to be fresh water in a plastic bottle? Because the sun has been on it for 5 minutes, now it's poison.
But Esau knows because back in the day, the milkman, those bottles was glass.
Yep.
Yeah, it's glass.
Now you can buy milk in a plastic carton. A paper carton or a plastic.
And the paper carton, let's not forget the paper carton is lined with plastic and
wax.
Like a pork made
like
wax.
Yeah.
It's like a glue.
That's what keeps it from absorbing into the paper.
I agree.
Look it up. This is easy stuff that you should be able. All of you that's weaning for the milk, this is the milk stuff. The whole plastic deal, the little K with the circle with the U, it said no animal products or whatever, and then the K with the little triangle. You should be able to know that that's kosher. You should be able to look at it.
Isaiah.
Keep the laws of the Bible. So it's like that'll help you keep the dietary laws of the Bible. Go ahead, bro.
It's Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say to him that made it, he made me not, or shall the thing framed?
Hey, that's what Esau says. Esau acts like the Most High didn't make him too. Because he's at the point now where he just assumes himself to be the Most High. Hey, I can make stuff and do stuff. Hey, and nobody's stopping me. There's nobody above me. I tell them, leave me alone, and they leave me alone. Or if I don't like what they do, I destroy them, and that's it. Like I'm the Most High. Yeah, bro.
For shall the work say to him that made it, he made me not, or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
And I know you think you set this up, but I got it from here, Most High God. Yeah. That's how Esau look at it. But you, Jacob, begin to take on that same mentality, just like the so-called white man, thinking that because, but you believe he's God still, though. Him and the things that he did, you believe those are God like his money. Okay, you don't treat the Heavenly Father with the proper reverence and respect and fear. Most of all, fear.
I got two concepts. Jeremiah 51:25. Behold, I'm against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord. And this word mountain in the scripture is talking about governments, man. Specifically Babylon, America.
The rulership government of today's time.
Which destroyeth all the earth. And I will stretch out mine hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and I will make thee a bird mountain. So the Lord's going to destroy this place by thermonuclear fire, man. All right, I got another scripture. Jeremiah 51:64. And thou shalt say, thus shall Babylon sink, and shall not rise from the evil that I will bring upon her. You know, the missiles, man. And they shall be wary. Thus far are the words of Jeremiah. All right, so when the Lord brings his bad time on this place, man, brings his wrath on this place. All right, America ain't gonna never be able to basically recover, man, or be inhabited, man. All right, when the missiles hit this place, man. All right, when the smoke clears, all right, from 200 million missiles, all right, it's only gonna be desert creatures living there, man. All right, desert creatures, man. There ain't gonna be no human life on the shores of America, man. All right, from north, south, to east, west, man. All right, and that's a remembrance of what the Lord done to us, will do to this place, man. Right? All right, just like we remember ancient Egypt, all right, and what the Lord did for us in ancient Egypt, all the miraculous works, all right, the same thing is going to be done in this Egypt, man. This is also called Egypt as well, man. All right, Sodom and Gomorrah, all right, dragon, ancient Rome, all right.
It's
I got it for you. Revelations 11:18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time. Chillax. And the nations were angry, and the wrath is come in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou should give reward unto the servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear the name, small and great, and thou shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
That's right, man.
God, it said, destroy them that destroy the earth. Hey, and who's the current ruler of this establishment, man? Esau, which you so-called white people, man. Starting off with you top banking families, you Rothschilds, you Rockefellers, you Bilderbergs, DuPonts, Gettys, you know, all of you. Hey, you create. If you can't, if it's not for his profit, if he can profit off of it, then it's in his pockets. You know? Hey, even airspace. This devil is creating laws in which people have to pay to fly over, or people have to pay to build upon. You know, like I believe it's in New York. You have to pay for the air that's literally above you. What only a devil would come up with a law like that, man.
Bro, they tax it. They put it, I think in Chicago or Illinois, they're putting a Netflix tax. Where if you have Netflix, you're going to get an additional tax. Esau is this devil with the unrighteous decrees will tax anything. You know, he'll just put, hey, you know, put a street tax. You want to drive down the street, you gotta pay a tax.
It's called a toll road.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
It's called a toll. He did it already.
it's called registration.
Yeah, it's called registration.
You know, you gotta register your car for what?
And where's all that money going? Right. It ain't going to the infrastructure of this place, man. Where's it going? Show the road right quick, bro. The road is fucked. And this ain't that bad as some other places. New York, Chicago, parts of LA, Compton. Man, them roads are fucked up, man. When you go to the east side of Vegas, it's fucked up. You lose your whole car in the pothole, man. Car ruined. They total your car out on a pothole, right? Straight up. It's happening. Breaking axles and all kinds. This place sucks. I had a precept for you, you said who was doing that, right? Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
God, if it ain't Esau, if it ain't the white man doing all this, that's the wicked who is. Hey, because you have so many of our people that every time we say that, they get butthurt. Oh, well, what are you talking about him? Well, ain't we supposed to love everybody? Niggas, do you know see what's happening?
We're the white man on the side.
Yeah.
He the one doing it. We just called him out. He the one doing it.
Hey, Jake only get roused up when it's something specifically happened to them or one of their family members. Hey, niggas rouse up when a nigga gets shot up in the streets, but they only get mad for weak backs. They go tear up their neighborhoods. Hey, but they don't never look at the real source of the problem. You know, you gotta change what you doing, and it's the devil that's breaking everything, man. You'll never get out of the position that you in under this devil, man. Why would you? Hey, would you let one of your slaves rebel? I know we. Hey, in the kingdom, Edomites ain't gonna come up and buck up against the men of the Lord. It's not gonna be like that at all. But in this society, you gotta understand that this devil is doing everything in his power to lower your vibration and destroy you mentally, physically, and spiritually. In every way. Whether it's the food you eat, the air you breathe, the water you drink, the books that you read within the school system,
Things you believe in.
the things you believe in, the religions you believe in. Hey, everything, man. He sets up everything in the society to mess you up.
So, quick testimony the other day, right? I go to my auntie's house, and on TV, there's that show. I don't know the name of that show. What's the name of that show? I know what that is.
On BET or something?
Yeah, it's on BET. Anyway, on this show, it's exactly what Esau wants you to think, and it's exactly what you people are mimicking. You want to be an athlete, you want to be a rapper, you want to live that lifestyle of the housewife lifestyle.
It's like some niggas with a bunch of drama.
You just want to have a bunch of drama.
Yeah.
You want to have drama of love interest, and drama with money, drama with
life.
Esau is the perfect devil, man.
Yep.
The perfect devil. He's broken Jake down to every inch of their body, man. He understands your mind, man. He sets up things in this society to knock you off focus. Let's say you go you finish middle school. He sets up the big graduation to make it seem as if you accomplished something. Now you going to high school. You graduate from high school. Now he puts you straight in the institution. Any major you major in, he makes sure he pushes a bunch of readings, a bunch of BS to where you stay focused on that one set goal. Now I gotta graduate college to get into my job. And the bullshit majors that you in, you can't go directly into the job career field. Now you gotta do 7 more years in this.
And then you spending 30 more years paying off the damn college tuition.
And in order to ease that, what does he do? He puts certain things in your vision to make it seem like you're doing something special. Or he'll lead you right back to social media, or lead you right to the television. Puts up these shows to give you a sense of comfort. Oh yeah, I did this. Look at my 2-bedroom apartment, making it seem as if you did something. Now you can go to the Whole Foods because you built up enough income, so to speak.
You said Whole Foods. The brothers say in Chicago, whole check. Yeah, you're gonna spend your whole check at Whole Foods. You go to Whole Foods. It's like you go to Whole Foods. Spend $200, you coming out with just 2 bags of groceries. You know what I'm saying?
And why is that, man? Why is that? Real money is gold and silver.
Right.
No, Esau used this paper-based currency, which that's totally demonic, and he drives down the value of the currency, man. And it's basically debt. It's a debt note, man. And it tells you that in Habakkuk 2nd chapter, man. Later himself was thick clay. That's heavy debt, man. This country, all right, is what over $22 trillion in debt, man. All right, and how's that gonna be paid? And debt to who, man? And debt to the elite incomes, man. All right, all you average American citizens are in debt to these rich international bankers, which are Edomites, man. The Rothschilds, Gettys, DuPonts, as it was stated earlier, man. All right? That's all I got.
I had a it's Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and rebuild the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build and I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people whom the Lord have indignation forever.
All right, so we're going into Esau. They're the wicked. They're the wicked that the Bible speaks of. And that told you right there. It said the people who the Most High will have indignation with forever. All right, and we bringing out Esau's dirty laundry, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. The stuff that we know. This stuff that this devil's doing behind closed doors, we have no idea.
Oh man, shit. Taking children and drinking their blood.
Sacrificing babies.
Doing all kind of crazy shit, man. Shit that you'll see be like, God damn, man, this is wicked, man.
This devil got scientists.
No, that's all.
But this devil got scientists where they're trying to create artificial wombs for fetuses.
Right.
So this devil, this is what they're projecting. They saying maybe 10 years from now we'll have it to where children can be born in artificial wombs, basically fake wombs.
Yeah.
They also
no purpose of a woman no more.
Yeah. Taking away the natural use of our women. Mm-hmm. And then we can't forget, just was that last year, the year before last, they was creating sex bots.
Yeah.
So Esau is basically he's just trying to change everything.
Sex dolls.
Yeah. Then he gonna want you to tax. If you want to have an actual sex, man, he's gonna charge you for that, man.
You already have an app where you gotta consent to have sex with a woman. You know what I mean?
This world is all fucked up, man. It's all fucked up thanks to this devil.
of your thinking, man. He wants you to be controlled just as the Most High controls people upon the earth. Hey, that's what when you go into the market beast, that's what Esau wants. That's why it's a tracking device. You know, that's why it has your medical records, everything you may like or may like doing in it. That's why it's able to look into your heart rate, your BPM, knowing what emotions affect your heart rate and things like that. Because Esau, hey, that's why it says in Thessalonians. Hey, he exalted himself as the Most High, who opposed himself as the Most High. Grab that real quick.
I wouldn't be surprised if you take any of these chips into your body, specifically one that goes into your brain. I wouldn't be surprised if the frequencies, Esau's already working on this whole frequency thing. 5G is another angle of it, right? The frequencies can change the way you act and think. If you look at that movie, we talk about 5G, look at that movie, Kingsman, First Kingsman. That's exactly what happened. He gave Valentine gave out those chips, and then what happened? They had the chips in their phone. They activated the chip in the phone. What happened? People started losing their mind, started killing each other. You think you can't do that to make you feel a certain other type of energy?
And to land back off what you're saying, and that's within the scriptures too. Because when you look at the account of when I believe it was Saul, he had a demon on him. And King David, he played the harp, and the demon got off of him, man. Hey, which shows you that vibrations affect the body through the spirit, especially when it's righteous or wicked vibration, man. Hey, look at all the music that Jake is listening to today. It's all about what? Violence, guns, drugs, hoes. Hey, and Jake is engulfed within that vibration. The more that a nigga listens to those musics, you know, the more he smokes. He mimics the behavior of those lyrics. Hey, because with that heavy bass and the snare vibration, hey, Jake really gets caught up in that and thinking that that's the lifestyle that he's supposed to be in, man. Hey, but when you listen to music that's toned down from it, hey, it's called Baroque music, or blessed, goes back to Baroque music. You know, back in those periods when instruments such as the violin, the harp, you know, string instruments were used, hey, where it wasn't really heavy snare or bass influenced music, hey, you felt you had more of a higher vibration of you. You know, even when you look into certain instruments, higher spiritual vibrations. They have an instrument. It looks like really it's like a wine glass. You know, and they put water into different wine glasses, and it's different tones, and they'll dip their fingers in it, right, and play on the rim of it. Those are different vibrations, and it's a higher vibration than listening to all the BS that Esau's pushing up through the music industry with Jake being at the forefront.
I had want to make a quick point. We were talking about the AI.
Get some scripts coming out too. Y'all get the scriptures.
Proverbs chapter 28, verse 11. The rich man is wise in his own conceit, but the poor that have understanding searches him out. So the rich man is who? The so-called white man. Alright? Going from the top elites all the way to the average Joe crackers, man. Alright? But these rich elites, man, they do all types of experiments on our people to basically put us in the dumbed down state, man, to make us further depart from our maker, man. You know? And we're the poor, man. All right, we're the poor men that have understanding, man. And what are we doing? We're searching this man out, man. All right, we're telling you all the things that he's been doing behind closed doors to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. All right, and he's further putting you in a dumbed down state and keep you in a dark state, man. All right.
Psalm 64, verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them?
Yeah, who shall see them, man? All right, but hey, like the scripture there, the poor man searches him out. All right, but the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh gave his men the spirit to search this man out. All right, we're bringing up his iniquities, all right, before his face. All right, you can't take it. All right, let's believe, you know.
they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search.
God, they search out iniquities. This devil got scientists, people in labs, 24/7, trying to figure out new diseases to destroy, to kill, to try to destroy you Israelites. Fix the song. You know, this devil does a diligent search. He knows what you Jakes like. He knows what you Jakes don't like. He sets the trends. He got you niggas wearing skinny jeans, being all effeminate. The devil's doing this.
It says, both the inward thoughts of every one of them and the heart is deep.
Yeah, the heart is deep, man. They're deep.
Like you brothers were mentioning about the frequencies.
Yeah.
Esau knows all about frequency. Frequency plays a major influence on your vibration. And as long as Esau's using these demonic musicians and constantly put this demonic music out, it's going to keep that negative vibration on our people, man. And that's what keeps them, you know, in a captivated state where all they concerned with and thinking about is whatever the nigga on the record is talking about.
Money.
Whether it be money, you know, violence, you know, shooting up a block, you know, starting fights, you know, getting money stuck on your the next neighbor that's destitute, you know, committing adultery. That's the frequency. That's the vibration that you Jakes in the hood are on, man. The highest you could go is entrepreneurship. Whatever what Nipsey said before he passed, that's the latest wave.
Last shop, what is it?
Yeah, a little
Strip mall.
you know.
And that don't happen, as the brother said, that don't happen. It's just nobody wants that shit. And I even think the initiated to be able to be in that position. Nobody just gave him that for nothing. Anyway, about that, the higher different vibrations that happen, Esau searches that deep. But that's the thing that we have to fight off of you, that you gotta fight off of yourself also. You gotta fight all the demons off of you. It's a higher vibration. These vibrations will put demons on you. The words, those you notice that new chant style of music with all the cadences, that mantra that just over and over again repetitively beats to your head with that bass line, it puts a certain demon and energy on you. You gotta be able to pull that off of you. That's what we're out here wrestling. We bring these scriptures out.
That shit that the Migos be on, man.
That the 3-6 Mafia, all that type of shit. And that's the music that Jake listens to today. That repetitive with negative vibration in it though. It's like it'd be different, or you have an argument at least if you had a righteous tone to it. You know, talking about if you was reading scripture or something, but that's not how it goes down. It's all wickedness and negativity, the things that destroy our people. I got a quick one. Is there more what you had?
That was
Let's do this quick.
that was it.
Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world.
Because the real battle isn't physically fighting or coming against you people. The real battle is fighting the demons that y'all got on y'all. That's the real battle, man. Hey, as I say, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, meaning the flesh. We wrestle against the spiritual battle, man. The spiritual battle is way harder to fight than the physical, man. Because you can't physically fight a demon. You have to spiritually do it, man. Whether it's fast, whether it's pray, you know, those are the things that you have to kind.
Read the word.
Read it.
First, you gotta identify the demon.
Right.
You gotta understand what type of demons get on you. You know, you gotta feel that energy, man. You know, certain spirits that'll get on you and make you do things you normally wouldn't do. That's how you'll know that, you know, you got spirits, and when you fast, it kind of takes away, because the demons feed off of your pleasures and, you know, constantly the comforts of your flesh. That's where the demons will lie, man. When you actually afflict yourself, you know, the demons don't feel as confident, so that's where you're able to, you know, basically fend them demons off of you, man.
Demon, like a parasite. Like if you feed feed a parasite, it's going to grow and get bigger. If you don't feed that parasite with what it needs, it's going to die off. It's just like the demon. If you don't feed that demon wants to hear those loud snares and then hard bass lines and that repetitive demonic ass music. You're going to feed him what the demon wants. And the demon hop on you, you're going to be doing some bugged out shit going off. But if you rebuke them demons, all right, you stay away from that type of music that put demons on you, you know, you'll be better off. It's like that. I had some.
There it is, right? I want to make I'll read it again, but I want to make a quick point about it. It says, for we wrestle not against, this is Ephesians 6:12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world. That's the same darkness that you don't want to come to the light, that you want to stay into this world. Though there's rulers, which we named a lot of them, that the Lee Bacon family, those Illuminati, those all the different families that control the fads and all the societal things that people follow in this world. You don't want to let those things go. Okay? But we have to fight against them. That's what you got to fight spiritually against. Okay? Being a part of their machine. You got to break that down. And part of the vibrations that they send out to the world, they don't put their fingerprints on it. So when they know whether it's a Nipsey or a Tupac or Migos or even worse niggas or whoever comes out, Phil Durst or whoever niggas talking about out there, I don't know this music. But when they throw music like that at you, they control the narrative. They want a certain song, a certain vibration, a certain producer, a certain sound effects in there to play with your mind.
And also the lyrics, man.
Yep.
The lyrics of murder, all right, murder, adultery, thievery, covetousness, all right, those type of things that Jake listen to in the hood. They get on the run and they listen to the music and that murderous type spirit. They gonna drive other things.
Call like murder on your mind. And I cut my little cousins sing this shit, bro. I cussed them out. You see and I rebuked them. Because it don't just affect Jake that's older, man. You got little babies singing this stuff, man. Putting them further than demonic vibration. And it's harder to put them out because, hey, when you start younger, the demon is going to be more and more attached.
What it say? Train the child in the way that he should go. He will not depart from it. Well, Esau does that on the left-hand side also. He's going to train no child in wickedness. Okay, so the kid won't depart from that wickedness. That's demonic vibration.
Yeah, that's why the prophecies say that Babylon is going to be destroyed because of all the witchcraft.
Yep.
This place is all about witchcraft. That's what keeps the people psychologically intrigued, you know, into the society, man. It's all sorcery. It's to keep your spirit attached to this shit, man. You know, enchantments, but you just keep bombarding your mind and your spirit, you know, with things over and over and over. You know, and it starts to marinate, man. You know, they put it in the not even just the music, all your symbols, all the symbols in the society, man. All these corporate symbols that you see on these buildings, that leaves off vibrations too. It's all this shit is satanic, man. All of it.
It's like that game where the memory game where you recognize how many symbols you know, McDonald's and all that shit.
Yeah.
All that. It's crazy. All the demonic stuff.
These video games that you allow your children to constantly watch and sit before the TV and play all day, you put demons on it. You let your child become intrigued with demons.
Because now you even gotta, like the brother said, basically you gotta administer what your children are watching. Hey, because a lot of times on YouTube, or if the kid don't have a game, he'll go watch the whole gameplay. You know, and if he watch that gameplay, they're literally watching like a person in front of their game playing the game, but it's being recorded. You know, or you got different they got YouTube stars and stuff, people that's making money off destroy, man. Right.
At the end of the scripture says spiritual wickedness in high places. We have to be against those things. All of this that we're talking about is all set up on purpose by the elites. Okay?
Proverbs chapter 30, verse 11. There is a generation that curses their father and does not bless their mother. There is a generation that are pure in their own eyes and yet is not washed from their filthiness.
Because this generation, talking about, I can't even speak on the generation I was born in. My generation is completely wicked, man. Everybody under them is worse. By every generation, it gets worse and worse. They don't stand for anything. They fall for everything. Because the generations under me, they're completely. They believe that generation is growing up with the two males in the household, the two women in the household thinking that it's right. This is the generation that say, well, homosexuality is right. Who are you to judge? These are these niggas, man.
You can love who you want to love.
You can love who you want to love. They'll be looking at us as if something is wrong.
There is no genders.
Yeah, that's the generation of
Willow and Jaden.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, they're the poster children of this generation, man. The most degenerate motherfuckers you could ever see, man.
Their parents are a bunch of
Because their parents, exactly. But their parents are just products of Babylon too. They're products of the witchcraft. The witchcraft was done on them in order for them to be initiated into Hollywood, and now they're the gatekeepers, and now they get to perform the same magic on the rest of the people. Man. Hey, it was no coincidence why you had Steph Curry's wife sitting with Jada Pinkett on her show.
Yep.
That's what made her come out and basically spill the beans how these women feel, man. She poured out her heart, man, her spirit up there.
And she's a witch, bro.
Jada basically Jada pulled that out of her, man.
Hey, Jada got the whole fucking cup and teaspoon and all that, man. That's how deep that bitch is, man.
All of them, man. The fucking Oprahs, all of them, man.
Oprah, Gail,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
America, I know that.
Verse 13. There is a generation oh how lofty are their eyes, and their eyelids are lifted up.
Hey, that's talking about the proud spirit that's upon our people. Basically, our people, especially this young generation, it's about self-worship. Everybody is so absorbed into they self. We in the age of social media, narcissism. So every second you pulling out the little the selfie stick and you taking pictures of yourself to show the whole world what you doing, what you eating, where you at, what you thinking. It's all about status. Okay.
Likes.
Hey, what is that in? What's that? I think it's in 2 Timothy, where it says that we show coming to perilous times where you're gonna have people that are disobedient to their parents. They're gonna be lovers of themselves. That's engulfed within this demonic ass generation.
I'm quoting scripture.
I think it's in 2 Timothy, like maybe 3.
2 Timothy, right now.
Yeah, you can get it. Read those scriptures and tell me that you don't see this predominantly within this young generation in this society. And that so happen to be the same people who Esau is attacking right now. He's sending all this wicked philosophy. He's teaching it in the school system. He's basically, everything is geared towards the children. Because those are the children that's going to grow up. And they're going to be the ones that's going to, be...
They're going to be the children, they're going to be the parents of the mark, they're going to be the mark of the beast parents.
Yeah.
Basically, they're going to be the ones, the recipients that all take the mark of the beast, that are going to fill his society with that mark.
Yeah.
And he completely has control over. He's going to have their mind completely engulfed into his system at that point. By the time they're full-fledged adult parents.
And notice that they're trying to, they're exalting this new generation, they're like exalting them, saying, well, this is the new generation where they're becoming more intelligent. You know, we living in an information age where, you know, you get to learn more through the internet, you know. So they're basically saying that this new generation is more intelligent and more smarter than the previous generations, man.
And they're
But
not.
really, they're just becoming more degenerate. They're picking up on more of the philosophies that Esau's putting out there, and it's demonic.
And it's not that they're smarter; they just follow orders better.
Yeah.
They don't think for themselves. They're not. Their brain power isn't used with original critical thinking and original thought.
Yeah, and they know now how to navigate a phone and a fucking iPad.
Right.
They think that's
Because they're
intelligence.
computer
Savvy.
computer savvy.
They can
They're
do the
good with
math.
technology.
They can do
Computer
the math
wizards.
curriculum as it's taught. You know, closer to the letter rather than figure it out for themselves. Let me get that what you want. 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers. Hey, supposedly the Eric Holder nigga that shot Nipsey. This nigga went on social media and said it. He went right there on a live stream and said, I'm the nigga that shot Nipsey right now.
Yeah, he was trolling.
Right.
It wasn't him, but yeah, it's about clout. It's about clout, man.
Generations in this shit like that.
That's the generation of, you know, Jake, and they came up with the phrase, you know, clout chasing. Anything for attention, anything for likes, anything for views, because they're all about world validation. You know, they care about what the world thinks about them. You know, your self-esteem is tied with how the world perceives you. And that's somebody that's very empty inside. You're very vain, man.
Another darkness that the rulers are putting on the people is that they're making you believe that actually holds weight in reality. Social media really holds weight in reality, but it don't. Because once the power cuts off, you still gotta walk around and be that real person there. It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful.
And this is that same generation who think that they're right in their own eyes, man. They think that they're pure and wise, man.
The man, you read it earlier, the man that seemed gratitude, man, the way that all of that ties right on in. It says, unholy, without natural affection. You got this unnatural affection that's going on right now where men would meet with all of that old weirdo shit going on. Right? It says, truth of those that are good, traitors, petty, high-minded,
Proud.
lovers of pleasure, or the lovers of the Most High God.
Lovers of pleasure. And that's what this whole society is all about, man. It's about pleasure.
So all the likes are like it's false or like false love.
Yeah.
Because you get that like. Oh, everybody like it, everybody like it. So
God, it's better. Hey, because another thing too, like I live in this generation, so I see a bunch of stuff. Through.
She don't even know how to hold a conversation.
Cannot hold a conversation at all. At all.
They're so bizarre for, you know, try to talk to them and feel them out, converse with them. They ain't gonna be able to look you in your eye or none of that shit.
To a light woman. You know, that's a light woman, man. Arrogant, man. Ain't nothing going on upstairs, man. You know, but her own vanity, man. And what she wants, you know?
So Colossians, earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil covetousness, and covetousness, which is idolatry.
Start back again.
There's Colossians 3 verse 5. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth.
Your members is talking about your flesh. Basically, when you come into this truth, you gotta cut off the works of license to your flesh. That's what society, Esau, he's the leader of it, where he teaches liberalism, basically liberty. But not the righteous liberty that the scriptures speak of. They're talking about the liberty of basically doing whatever your flesh desires to do. You should have the right to do. If you want to go and pop an edible, there shouldn't be no issue with that. You can't judge that. If you want to go and you want to go sleep with another man, you have some type of sexual attraction for another man, that's a mental illness. If you do that, you shouldn't be judged. That's what he perpetuated. And now the whole world has been, they've been mind-fucked by the same serpent, and now they believe it. And that's why they're living after this man. That's why you'll see two men holding hands. Okay, you'll see a man wearing Speedos, stilettos, wearing, pink. Okay, with no shame, man. That's the reason why over there in Faglana, you got a heavy population of homosexual men, and a lot of those men are STD infested, man. And that's why a lot of those women, they sleeping with these niggas, and a lot of these niggas, they'll go, they'll act like they're heterosexual. They'll get muscle, they cover it with ink, with tattoos, and front like they the hardest nigga on the block. But these niggas are secretly sleeping with other people, and those are the same men who a lot of those women are desiring, and they let those same men go barebacking them, and you wonder why those women are also getting infested, man. It's all about the flesh. Esau enables that because it keeps you in the dark, man, and it keeps you away from the Most High, man. Esau knows that. That's why it says that in where is that at? It might be Hosea, where it says, "Woe to you that put up the bottle to your neighbor to make him drunken, that you may what? Look upon his nakedness." When it means to be naked, it means to be basically in gross darkness, man. When you're doing a lot of wickedness, man, that you're not supposed to be doing. You're doing abominations. You're in gross darkness, man. You're naked. You destitute of the truth, man. Since I quoted it, you already there.
Habakkuk 2:15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, and putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou may look on their nakedness.
And they're not drunken with literal wine or strong drink. Okay, they're drunken with the madness of this world, man.
Democracy, homosexuality.
The liberal mindset.
Freedom of choice, the free thinking philosophy, man. That you get to control your own will, your own destiny. You can create your own truth. These are all devices of the spiritual demon Satan. All right. And really, those of you that have a mindset like that, you're an atheist, man. If you really believe that you could just live your life on this planet Earth and go against what the Heavenly Father already have established, then you really don't believe that He exists. You're a straight up atheist, man. All right. You can say that you believe in a higher power and still be an atheist. That's why it says having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. Okay? Your works that basically show that you really don't believe that there's a higher power, because if you did, then you would fear the judgments that would come down.
And you would act accordingly with fear and reverence.
Yeah.
Understand that there's a judgment that's coming, not act like nothing can happen to you. Like, God don't. He loves everybody. He forgives. Yeah, when you try to act right, sincerely, to your ability.
Esau does that. He puts the go to parties, and just females, no men in sight, you know, and they can even have husbands. You know, they'll go and leave with their homegirls, and they go to a whole nother town just to go and freak off. Girls trips, you know, because the serpent, the devil, he gave them the illusion that that's actually okay. You know, you got to give, in this society, you have to give your women the liberty to gather abroad, man. You know, but the scriptures is totally against that. Okay. Yep.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse, I'm going to start at 24, read down. They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another.
So like these are the works of the ungodly. And up above in that chapter, it says that the ungodly and their ungodliness are both alike hateful to the Most High, man. So that cuts, you know, that lie from the Christian church that say that God doesn't hate the sinner, he only hates the sin. No, the sin wouldn't be produced if it wasn't for the producers. Okay? If you make it happen, you're the one that created it.
Said it earlier, right? Sin don't create itself, the sinner creates the sin. The sin is just out there by itself doing its own thing. No, the sinner produces something called sin, which is transgression of the law.
I don't hate the murderer. I just hate the murder. How stupid is that, sister?
The murderer caused the murder. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment.
Get Sirach.
Why does he hate
Sirach
sinners?
15. And,
Why does he hate sinners? He hates sinners because they're pushing sin. Period, point blank. You know? Would you hate the disease, or would you hate the creator of the disease? You would never have the disease if it wasn't for the creator of the disease. The same thing with sin.
It's Sirach 15.
It's Sirach 15 and 12. Say not thou, he causeth me to err, for he have no need of the sinful man.
Yeah, the Most High can't tempt you with evil. Anytime you do something wicked, it's because you were enticed by your own pleasures. You can't blame that on the Heavenly Father. The Most High is, like it says in 1 Corinthians the 10th chapter about temptations. He always give you a way to escape it, man. It is set in your subconscious on to make those decisions, man. Am I going to do the right thing, or am I going to give in to my flesh? All right, they always like to pin the Most High on the homosexuals, like as if the Most High made you born a homosexual, man, or a lesbian. No, you wasn't born that way, man. You don't even know anything about that when you're born.
Hey, like the script of the Most High made man upright, but they sought out many wicked men.
Exactly, man. You know?
Back in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 24, they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another traitorously and grieved him by adultery. So
and that's heavy, man. Adultery.
Yeah.
You always hear about some chick that got put to death, you know, because she got caught sleeping with her side man. Her husband came to a military. Especially, this always happened to the dudes that's in the military too. Their wives at home bored as hell, looking for something to get into, and he's out on tours. You know what I'm saying? In a whole other country. She's back at home and looking for whatever nigga to fulfill her lustful oaths. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why back in the dark ages, men that warriors, knights or whatever, they had women. They would put chastity belts on. That's why they won't fuck around on why they out.
Another thing is you got a lot of these nigga pastors in the Christian church. If you ever see them get gunned down, that's because they probably popped someone's woman.
Yeah.
You see that happen a lot down south, where you know the pastor, the preacher, that pops someone's woman, and this angry Jacob up there, and she blasts his ass.
Right. And but why does adultery happen so high like that? Why is it so predominant in the society for adultery?
Because it's the frequency.
Was that Habakkuk 1 and 4?
And everything
It's because the judgment don't go forth. It's because the law is slacked. Esau does not. He doesn't rule by the righteous laws, statute, commandments of the Heavenly Father, man. That's the reason why adultery goes on, man. And these women have no fear. They have no fear. They're shameless about it, man. Sometimes they'll even get caught with the camera in their face, and they say, "Man, nigga, get that camera out my face, man."
They get an attitude.
It been over, you know.
They mad. Yeah, they mad and blame it on you still.
Yeah, she'll go off on you just for catching her, man. You know, such as an adulterous woman should eat and wipe of her mouth and say, "I have done no wickedness." That's this generation, man. Esau gave her that liberty, man. She wants to be wicked in peace. That's just what it is, man. You know. And if you applaud a man for killing his unfaithful, wicked ass wife, the world's gonna look at you like, "Oh man, you a devil, man. You all right with that man killing her, man? She didn't deserve it." Well, not according to the Bible. What God do you serve, nigga? You know? And obviously, it ain't the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because back when the law was established, when we was in our kingdom, adultery wasn't that rampant, man. That was a rare case. That's because the law was in place, man, and judgment went forth. You know, so that's the reason why you see wickedness outweigh righteousness on the planet, man. You know, go ahead, man.
Proverbs 28:4. They that forsake the law praise the wicked, but such as keep the law contend with them.
Exactly.
All right, going to back to the Wisdom of Solomon 14:26. No, 25. So that there reign in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good turns, defiling of souls, changing of kind.
Defiling of souls. You know, how do you defile your soul?
You allow your spirit to not rule over your flesh. You allow your flesh to rule over your spirit, and now they're both defiled. Because that's what the soul is the joining together of your spirit and your flesh. Okay? And that helps create the type of person you are. Are you going to be the same person if you're 4 feet tall as if you're 7 feet tall? No. You're going to be a different type. You're going to have a spirit going to operate different. Even though you have the same spirit, you know, it could be in either body, you're going to think different. If you're a handsome man versus a beautiful woman or an ugly woman or whatever, you're going to operate life differently. You know, with the spirit that you have. Alright, so, but that's how you allow yourself to be defiled, your soul to be defiled. Because your spirit is allowing certain things to happen to your flesh that it should not. That's supposed to be a safeguard to keep you away from certain desires.
Yeah, what's the spirit, man? What's that, John 6 and 6 and 3? You know, the spirit is his word, you know?
Real life.
This changing of kind, defiling of souls, changing of kind.
Changing of kind. Y'all know what that's talking about. Not talking about transgender. Yeah. The Most High made, you know, different. When he had the angels create the heavens and earth, he made everything after its kind. Alright, he created man, he created male and female. kinds. Like you're a mankind, and then you have one mankind. Okay, well, people are changing it. You know? So now gender's become a mystery now. now on your birth certificate or your job application or whatnot, you know, now you got to put a X or other. You got to check other now.
There's that option to check other.
Yeah,
It's like,
that lets you know that this society is done, man.
and then if you don't respect that person gender, you can go to jail for that and get fined. That's how wicked this place is, man. You know that GameStop.
Yeah, bro.
You couldn't help it, but to say sir. You know,
6'4" ass Edomite.
buff ass motherfucker.
Man, he's still in the octagon. What do you expect us to say? I got two precepts to back that up. Deuteronomy 22:5. The woman shall not wear that which pertains unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy power.
That's rampant here in America. You know, women wearing big ass jerseys and dreads and tattoos like niggas,
Sagging
man.
their pants,
Yeah, start wearing bands.
butterfly jeans, like what you need that for? Zippers.
And these effeminate ass men. These men want to look better than the damn women. Getting their eyebrows plucked and stuff. This is wicked. Arched and all that shit, man.
Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 1. He that is wounded in the stones, or has his privy member cut off, his manhood and family jewels chopped off, shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Hey, a lot of you men, I'm gonna just say this, this happened to this. Half of you men don't have you don't walk around with nuts, man. Your family jewels. Your mother got it, or your mama still got it, or something. You don't have it. Because you don't use the scripture tell you to gird up your loins and sew yourself to it. Pull your pants up, put your nuts attached to it. Put them back on and be a man about how you operate yourself. How do you be a man? Fear the Most High and keep His commandments. Here's the whole conclusion of the matter. That's the whole duty of man. Okay? To be a man, you have to do those things. Back in the Word of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 26, in the middle. Changing of kind, disorder, and
Hold on, one more thing. I couldn't let it slide. But they put the demons on the people through different applications like that Snapchat application.
Oh, yeah.
The filter, you know, where men can look at themselves and look like a complete woman.
Yep. That's gonna put a demon on.
They're conditioning your minds to just like basically that's some new shit, man. You know, and they want you to automatically comply to it, man. Conform to that shit. All right? Watch how many men get turned out by that, man. You know?
hey, don't do that for ugly ass women too, though.
Yeah.
You make an ugly ass woman look like a cute chick now.
Right.
You gonna show up like, oh, you got it. But more so, the scary part of that, you gonna show up, it's gonna be a man though. That's the worst part about it. You gonna show up, it's gonna be a man. That's what's gonna blow you away. Changing of kind, disorder in marriages. Hey, who runs the household? Hey, I need one precept right quick. Somebody get Isaiah 3. Verse 12.
Isaiah 3, verse 12. The Lord, it's like, as for my people, children are their oppressors and women rule over them. Oh, my people, they would.
Read one more time, slide.
As for my people, children are their oppressors and women rule over them.
Jeremiah 31 and 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
Women aren't supposed to be running these households, man. You men need to, and a lot of men are allowing their women to run the household. I don't care if that's what black culture or whatever, or Hispanic or whatever culture. It's supposed to be the man that runs the household and gives the law of the house. Should he do it as a tyrant? No. He shouldn't rule as a tyrant. But he should be ruling and maybe should balance judgment.
These men, they don't have the masculine frame, man. They got a woman in the masculine frame and they're in the feminine frame, man. You know?
That's when they become subservient to the woman.
Right.
They see the women are talking any kind of way to the men.
Right.
Some of these women be working they men.
Right.
And they sons be right there looking right at it. So when he grows up, he'll be hard against another nigga, but when it comes to other females, he's gonna bow out.
The same thing that happens from your mother. Your mother does that to you also. Because she wants to, because usually the dad ain't in the house because he ain't gonna allow that shit to fly. So he gotta go. And she ain't gonna get no order, but Esau give you everything in her name because she's the mother of the children, right? Well, the mother now needs to release that somewhere, that she feels she has to release that somewhere, and it gets released on these sons. I've watched a lot of mothers that have children that'll have the son doing the demeaning things, like cooking and cleaning, that the daughters can be doing. The daughters are there chilling and shit.
Yeah.
But the son's gotta do the meeting things. And she'll go in there and talk all types of crazy shit to the daughter. And then they'll have the daughter making decisions in the household with the mother.
Ruling over the son.
Ruling over the son. You know, I've seen this shit before. Okay? But that perpetuates that same spirit. Breaking down and demasculating or emasculating the young men. So it's not all your fault, but at some point you're gonna have to man the hell up, you men, and show yourselves men. You're gonna have to man up past that and take all the hard bashing that comes with it to harden yourself as a real man should be hard to think reasonably and not emotionally.
Hey, so going back to that, disorder of marriages, there's a reason why you got big toe now. Because these men are no longer, they're starting to wake up to this, and they no longer are placing themselves under the subservience of women.
Right.
They refuse to be under that yoke anymore, man. Being bound by the fucking system to basically please your wife, and if you don't, then the government as a third party can step in and fuck your life over.
Marriage life. Yeah, marriage life.
That's death note for a man, right? That's a sentence to captivity for a man. There's a saying in the world, happy wife, happy life. Men told them to believe in that shit. That shit's not real. Because for your wife to be happy like that, you have to, what did Chris Rock say? You have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, fun, now let's go out here and make this bitch happy. That's not no way to live.
And Steph Curry living like that. Steph Curry gotta live like that.
Kevin Hart.
All of them.
They just got many.
They got.
Hey, you give a man a Lord business, man. Hey, bow down to that Jesus.
That nigga Steph Curry defended his woman after she said what he said. He defended him. That dude is he's subservient.
Unhappy man, a family doesn't stand a chance.
He got women throwing boxing him left and right, and she come out and say some shit like that. And he's defending her.
Hey, Connie, that's against order of the heavenly father. Because when in 1 Corinthians 11th chapter, you have the Alpha, your Alpha Shine, man. He everybody call him Lord, man. He showed that she was doing everything in her power to please him, so he could please the heavenly father and Alpha Shine. That's how it's really supposed to be.
Yeah, there's a lot of disorder in marriages. That's why marriages are either failing or men are just not getting married at all. That's why the divorce rate is high and marriage is very low.
It's this men that say they'll never get married.
Hey, they got this saying, it's an acronym, GMB. And basically, it's funny as hell too. It's basically get married, bruh, but it's in a sarcastic way, you know. get married, bruh. Like every time you hear about some adulterous affair, you know, like with Scottie Pippen's wife, just get piped down by Future. And then when dudes saw that, it was like, hey, get married, bro.
Yeah, it's a window, man. It's a
You know?
slap in the face like that. You can't get married.
Yeah, man. But it was war, right?
Disorder in marriages. But it's like, can I bring a quick precept to those right there? About the order, right? Genesis, this is for the creation, right? Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. And unto the woman, he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
That's right.
That's the way it's supposed to be. That's the natural order. Not only because you fucked up with the serpent, but because that's the natural order the Most High wanted to happen. Hey, and that's a reminder unto Adam. Hey, man, why did you follow after shit she told you? You didn't recognize that she did what I told y'all not to do. All right, to make sure that because you knew not to mess with that tree in the garden, and stay on point. Don't just because she enticed you or whatever she did to get you to hey, that customer said that to me. He said the serpent and Eve had a conversation. What did that serpent say? And that's the first question I have. The second question is to Adam, why did you listen to what she told you after she heard what she heard from the serpent? Two very important questions. Okay? Something was said in there and something happened that Adam followed, but that was out of order according to the Heavenly Father. Alright? Now you got, but that's showing the out of order in marriage.
And that's beautiful. That's why it says in an epistle that if a woman will learn anything, let her learn from her husband at home. Yeah. Another man ain't even supposed to be teaching your woman.
Yeah.
You know?
You bring it right now, you know?
Yeah, this is Sirach 36 and 24. He that getteth a wife begetteth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest.
Yep, that's what you're supposed to get when you get a wife. When you go to Sirach 25th and 26th chapter, it tells you all the positives a woman is supposed to bring to your life. How she's supposed to help you on the agenda of your Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Not to do her own thing. You gotta help her do her own thing. Make sure she's uplifted and put on some pedestal.
Excellent. Let me read the tell it go up.
Sirach 36 and 22. The beauty of a woman cheereth the countenance, and a man loveth nothing better. If there be kindness, meekness being humble, showing humility, and comfort in her tongue, then is not her husband like other men.
Yeah, he's special now. He feels better. Okay, you're supposed to make your man feel like Black culture says, right? Like the king he's supposed to be. He's supposed to make him feel special like that. Then in turn, when you read the next verse, he's gonna treat you on a certain level to where you up there with him, but not next to him, but up there with him, to make sure that the agenda of your house is properly performed from him down unto you and your children. There's an order to it. When you break that order, your society now is broken the order of Israelite families. Right? That order is broken down. Look what you get. This is what the fuck you get. It's right infested everywhere. Feminine ass young boys. Girls that don't know what gender they want to be. They want to do what boys do. Everything's out of control. Two women households.
Girls playing college football.
Yeah, man, that's out of control, man. Hey, we got next the WNBA basketball. You wonder why the ratings are so low? Because it looked like a high school or junior high basketball game. And it looked like an elementary because some junior high big and bang and dunks there. Yeah. You got it, bro.
Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 26. Disquieting of good men, forgetful of good turns, the falling of souls, changing of
disquieting of good men. Didn't it say in Sirach
36.
26 or 25? She make feeble knees and weak hands. Somebody grab that, right?
I got it.
It says about Sandy Way and the quiet man.
Wicked women.
guess like 25, 26, somewhere right around there.
Sirach 25 and
Maybe 24, somewhere right around there. Towards the end of that chapter.
23, a wicked woman abated the courage and make a heavy countenance. And
Start up at 20 slots.
20. Sirach 25 and verse 20. As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the age, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man.
That's what it is right there. An old man trying to climb a sandy way, there's no stability, there's no sure-footedness in what you're doing. Because your woman's going to make you doubt yourself, doubt what you're doing. Hey, look at Job's wife. She sat there and tried to bring doubt on Job the whole time he was being tormented. Okay? Well, that's what these women will do. And right when you're about what's happening, what will they do? They'll sneak in and then they'll tell you what you should be doing. But it's according to their own will and their own counsel. What they want, their own agenda, what they want. That's what the Most High God. Read that other one that you want to read.
Sirach 25 and 23, a wicked woman abated the courage.
Hey, see, abated means to take away, right? The courage of a man. A man that don't feel sure about himself. He don't feel masculine as he should. She takes that away from him. So now he's like, oh, I don't know. And then what does she do? She stands up there, and now she's the man in the household. It goes back to what the brother read about it being out of order. All right?
She'll say, you don't know shit. Let me
You don't
do
know
it.
shit. Let me show you how to do it.
Yeah.
Man, come under the car.
Man go to work 60 hours a week, bring the check over.
Let her decide what to do with the money.
At work, he just
give you a little beer money and shit.
Hey, he breaking down the engines and shit at work, but can't screw in a light bulb at the house.
She decide what
She talking shit to him while he's trying to do
she
it.
decide what bills is important to pay first,
Right.
and how to basically run the whole order of the house, which is wicked.
Which is cool if she's humble, like I said, what you read in those other chapters.
Yeah.
Right. If she's in order and humble and meekness and all that, hey, that's fine if that system works. But when she starts pushing you down and stepping on you to be uplifted in herself, shit is out of order. And a lot of that happens with our people on that side right there.
That shit ain't gonna happen. These women are irresponsible with money.
Yeah. That's why, so they can freak out whenever they want to. Yeah. They'll spin it on something else. Impulse shot. Go ahead, bro.
All right, maketh a heavy countenance and a wounded heart.
And maketh the heavy countenance and a wounded heart. Men is always in contemplation trying to figure shit out. How can I make the woman happy? You can't. Make the Most High happy and then deal with that. And then whatever else is what you gotta deal with.
What more do you want from me?
I forgot about that club.
Jake get broken down by these women.
Broke down, man.
You let these women break y'all spirits, man. That shit is crazy.
Hey, through the vehicle of the serpent, man, which is Esau Edom, man, the so-called white man.
Yeah.
That's the serpent. And Eve, she using the serpent to basically bring the man in Israel down.
To fulfill what she wanted in the the fucked up part is through the serpent, Eve is now fulfilling what the serpent promised her in the garden. But at the cost of breaking down your Israelite man. But you don't give a shit about that. You just want power for you. Okay? That's the thing. You don't care about how much more powerful you will be in your right order under your man who has the right power in him that you help strengthen. Right? Because it talks about how a woman will keep a man strengthened in I think the 26th chapter. But no, you want power for you to be strong, and then him to be lowly. You can talk shit to him. You want the power of Adam.
That's
You want
feminism.
the power of Adam.
That's feminism in a nutshell.
Yeah.
A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees.
That's the opposite of what you read at first, right?
Yeah.
Go back to wherever you was reading before.
The 36?
So,
Yeah, basically what that does is it'll make a man lose his confidence, and when a man loses his confidence,
yeah.
you know, he just gives up all hope, and he just, that woes me, you know, because a man, you know, he's driven by his ego, and usually it takes a woman to to stroke his ego and give him that encouragement and whatnot. Jake, that's why Jake, you know, everything they do is centered around if women is co-signing or women pleasing the women. Yeah, you know, pleasing the woman, man. Jake will feel like he the shit if he has a woman or multiple women, you know, stroking his ego. You know?
Hey, what did it say in First Edges, the 4th chapter, with the Batman and the king, right? She, if you displease her, you say something that displeases her, when she put the crown on her own head, I'm trying to roughly paraphrase it.
It's First Edges, 4,
Like you'll notice that, you know, certain men who's actually had their wives, the ones that stuck with them from the beginning, you know, through ups and downs, but she always encouraged them and never gave up on them even when they were doing bad. Those be the main men that become successful.
Right.
You know, they become successful, man.
Hey, why do you think Jake, successful Jake, and make it in this world? They always go get them a white woman because they don't want to deal with all the bullshit that comes with dealing with you Israelite women.
He my woman to submit.
She'll submit and empower him, baby. Just go home and make the check. We'll talk about our other issues later and make you feel good. I'll try to figure out what I can do. You know, well, the nigga woman gonna follow you all the way to work.
Nigga woman's gonna argue with you at your job, talk shit to you in the middle of the mall, wherever you at. It don't matter.
She'll fight you in that spot in front of your boss. Like, hey, my boss, like, I don't give a fuck, I'll fuck him up too. That's not how you handle that when you're trying to take care of business, you know? Play with that real quick, guy.
It's First Edges 4 and 29. Yet did I see him and Pameh the king's concubine, the daughter of the admiral Bardicus, sitting at the right hand of the king.
Yeah, she ain't even supposed to sit right there. The armor bearer sits at the right hand of the king. Go ahead.
And taking the crown from the king's head and sitting it upon her own head.
Hold on. And when you watch movies like shows like Game of Thrones, nobody touches the crown. Nobody touches the crown. A concubine touching the crown? That's instantly get your head chopped off of it. Hey, when Uzziah touched the, was it Uzziah that touched the, was it the ark?
The ark.
Touched the ark of the covenant?
He tried to grab it because
he thought it was on the floor?
Yeah.
You got killed instantly. That's what's supposed to happen when somebody touches the crown of the king. Okay, nobody touches the crown of the king. There's a man that comes and brings the crown on a pillow where his hands never touch it. When he has gloves and shit, like this is special stuff like that. But she can touch it and put it on her own hand. But that's how you uplift these women, where now she's the queen, okay? And she's over you now.
And taking the crown from the king's head and setting it upon her own head, she also struck the king with her left hand.
Then when he went to reach for her, she smacked him with her left hand, like, back up. Tripping. This don't always literally happen to every Jake, but this happens spiritually to a lot of you Jake, and it does happen physically to some of you Jake as well. She will fight you and then she'll have 9-1, say something else. 1, and then ready to hit sin. Real.
And yet for all this the king gaped and gazed upon her with open mouth.
He did nothing.
If she laughed upon him, he laughed also. But if she took any displeasure at him, the king was fain to flatter.
This is what Mikto and what's the other one? Itmore. This is what they changed their ways from out of the captivity of these women like this. That they don't feign to flatter these women no more. I forgot what Jake that said on one of these Mikto videos. He said, if you don't enjoy spending time with yourself, you're gonna lose this game against these women. You're gonna lose the battle against woman versus man. Okay, you have to enjoy being with yourself. And the best way to be with yourself is spend it with your real woman, which is wisdom within these scriptures.
That's it.
That's who you spend you cheat on with that. It ain't cheating, but that's who you spend your valuable time with.
It's your first love.
It's your first love. Okay? Because she's never gonna cheat on you. She's never gonna forsake you. She's never gonna leave you if you stay true to her. The other woman, a nigga with a better car than you, she gonna ride off with him in the sunset. If you spend a wisdom will never do that. Wisdom will continue to speak calmly and strengthen. Is there a little more? That was it. You go back.
Ecclesiasticus 9:2. Give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance.
And every day, you said it. You work 60 hours, you know, and then turn around and hand your woman a check. And then you get in a line with something that ain't how it should work. You know, before that, bro.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 26. Disquieting the good men, forgetful of good turn, falling of souls, changing of mind, disorder in marriages, adultery, and shameless uncleanliness.
Because like a quiet man, I can't let that slide right up my quiet man is a thinker. He's quiet man, he can't think. Now you got him all in, leave me alone, slobbering and shit y'all doing. Got you all bugged out now. Got you looking like the fool. Okay, and that's their, hey, I gotta say that I believe this. A woman's job is to break the concentration of a man. Think about it. Every time you deep in conversation, she will come and say something that's gonna break it. A bad woman, a good woman will recognize it and allow you to do what you gotta do. Be like, okay, babe, but I'll come back to you later and I'll deal with you. Let me get you something that's gonna be the right way it should be. But man, these times to meditate upon these scriptures, to think, to give reverence upon the things that were commanded upon. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 27. For the worshiping of idols, not to be named, is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil. It's like an end, the end of all evil. For either they are mad when they be married and prophesy lies, live unjustly, or else lightly forswear themselves. For in so much as their trust is in idols, which have no life, though they swear falsely, yet they look not the earth.
Hey, the whole vibration that the women ruling over you think, I'm not trying to make a solely about that. This is a heavy something that you Jake gotta break out of. That's the queen of heaven worship, which is okay? We saw doing it was doing it. You have to worship him because he do. If you follow that woman, the wisdom of the Most High, but they give it to her. So if you're following her, you don't have the wisdom to guide, and she don't have it, so you're gonna be without the Most High. That breaks the whole spiritual family talk from the Most High God to Yahweh Shai, to the man and down to the woman, and then to your children. Okay, from 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter. You got it, bro. That was it, right? No. Why shall I read that? 3 and 5. Shall I read that?
It's Colossians 3 and 5. Mortify therefore your members.
Hey, most of your members are controlled by your woman. Since we're gonna talk about women a little bit for a second.
Fuck these women. Let's get off these.
But you gotta be able to let that go. Okay, because that's what they want to control. Alright? So you gotta let that go so you can be strong in the Lord. So let it go. Alright? But hey, rule over your own spirit, man. Don't let them rule over it for you. Alright? So wherever y'all want to look at. If y'all brothers have any questions, to give a question on the comment board about baptism.
About the baptism?
About how do you baptize?
I got it.
Right. No, I was waiting on the break.
Shit, really, we ain't even gotta. We could just let the scriptures break down with the baptism. Just let the words. Psalm 119 and 9, John 15 and 8.
Acts,
Ephesians 5 and 26.
Yeah, Ephesians 5 and 26. All right, and it reads, Ephesians 5 and 26, that they might be sanctified and cleanse it with the washing of...
Start up.
Verse 25, husbands, love your wives, even as Yahushua also loved the church and gave himself for it, that he might sanctify himself. Okay?
1 Peter 2:1. Wherefore laying aside all malice and all guile and hypocrisies and envies and all evil speakings, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby.
That you may grow spiritually, and that's how you wash yourself with that same word. You start with the milk, and then slowly spread. Like when you put something in your hand with a little bit of water, you're not gonna get it all, but eventually you keep washing with that word, is gonna get it all off. John 7.
The word baptize is from the Greek word baptizo, which basically means to cleanse, to be washed. All right. Now, can your spirit be washed by literal water? No. When John the Baptist, when he was baptized in Jordan, basically what he was doing was symbolic of what Yahushua was going to come to do spiritually. He says that he that shall come shall baptize you with the Holy Ghost, with fire, man.
And fire is the word.
This water is what purifies you, which cleanses you. Waters out. It's more so spiritual. But what John did, it was physical, but it was a signification of what the Messiah was going to come and do.
John 17:17. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth.
John 15, verse 3. Now you are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine, and no more can ye except ye abide in me.
Yahushua is the word.
Yeah, that's right.
Psalms 119:9. For with us shall a young man cleanse his way, by taking heed thereto according to thy word.
Yeah, you see how these precepts line up? That's the true baptism, man. Really, when you come into this truth and you learn the scriptures, you start to become a new person. And all the ways that you once had, like we get ready to go into, about mortifying, the scriptures talk about mortifying your members. Once you learn how to cut off your members, you become purified. Now you're pure.
And the Lord something.
The Lord will start to sup with you and build with you. And you start to get these secrets, you start to get the wisdom, you know. You start to be led of the spirit and not of the flesh. That's a sign a person has been cleansed, been washed. They're washed from their sins, their impureness. You know. We're cleansed through this word, man. Now now we're moral now. We're morally cleansed. We're pure now, man. Now we become holy. Okay? We're to separate ourselves from the idols, because idols is what defiles you. That's unclean. Not keeping the dietary law. That's unclean. You know. So how do we switch that? We take heed to the scriptures. The scriptures tell us to abstain from these things. Abstain from fornication, adultery. You know, basically serving your flesh like we was going into. Okay.
Matthew chapter 3, verse 11. I indeed baptize you with water unto repentance. What does repentance have to do with it? Well, it does.
Maybe it's turn away. You gotta turn away from what you was doing before you came into the truth. Before you most opened up your eyes to this truth. You know, it's like Because, you know, you got Christians that read this Bible back cover to cover. They don't got the spirit. They don't have the true understanding. They don't understand that the mark of the beast is the RFID chip. You know? It's like what we got.
And again, with fire, the word is like a fire. People wood. These are stuff. But it's not that it's a fire. It's going to cleanse the 2 birds. When they come back, they're going to clean it in their right minds and put the word into their So 2/3 of our nation is going to be cleansed with fire. The rest is going to be cleansed with this word, the spirit. Okay?
And what comes with that when you get into this word, the Lord's going to put you through trials and tribulations. That's also a purifying process that cleanses you. You're going to go through the spiritual fire, man. You know, you're going to be getting persecuted. You're going to have to sacrifice. You know, because we in the flesh, we have our desires too. But when we come to this thing, it teaches us abstinence, man. You got to have a temper and self-control. You know, you got to afflict yourself, man. Don't give in to your pleasures, man. And that's a hard thing to do. So part of that is also the fire as well, man. I come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptations.
I got to bring Okay, I got something.
Sirach chapter 2, verse 1, I'm going to start up. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, you want to be baptized in the Lord, right? Clean your way, right? It says, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him, the Most High God, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon
Because this is to what? This is to build you up.
Right.
We're supposed to be abounding in the knowledge of Yahweh Shai.
Right. That's where edifying means. Build up.
Yeah. It's created, it's meant to basically make us into the perfect stature of Yahweh Shai, man. Alright? We're supposed to be gaining with our master. We're supposed to be becoming perfect as new creatures, man. You know, that's when you come into this thing, you learn to be a perfect being, man. You know, you're a man of balance, man. You become a judge, a teacher, a discerner, man. You learn how to discern spirits. All these different things come with this.
Situations.
Yeah.
You know, like if the light is green, but an ambulance is you're not gonna go to light green and say I can go. That's the rule. No, you're gonna have a judgment to know I better let them go through. They got an emergency. That's just a situation. But now you can still fit. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. And when the negativity comes, trial take it cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. That's the trial of men, right? Adversity upon the elect. That's the cleansing process, the purification process.
Chapter 1 and 17, I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceive this also is vexation of spirit. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow.
What it said Ecclesiastes the 7th chapter. Wisdom maketh the wise man mad. Because you become wise with this word, but it makes you angry. Because now you know these things.
Now you see who your enemy is. You see through history of this in this books like how he's done our people. All right, and how our people went off. You know, so hey, when you come into this truth, when you truly baptize the word, the Most High opens up your mind. It's gonna be vexation of spirit. You're gonna be vexed. You're gonna be, you're gonna have, when you come into the truth, you're gonna have more bad days than good days.
Yeah. But if you're continually abounding in the wisdom of the Most High, those bad days you'll be comforted.
Yeah.
Okay? That's the thing. You'll be going through bad stuff, but you'll be comforted with the scriptures because it's supposed to be this way. Well, the world is going through good shit, so-called, right? But when the bad day comes, the day of the Lord comes, hey, it's going all for the run. You're going to have more good days than bad days. You're going to have wisdom to reach in and use for your advantage in that time. Through the Spirit of God, I'm watching. I'm sorry. Zechariah 13, I'm going to start with verse 8. Read down it says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts shall be cut off from mine, but the third shall be left therein. The 2 parts will be cut from mine, the 2/3 of Israel. That's not going to give us wisdom. Okay? That's not going to cleanse their way. Right? It says, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. Okay, that's the cleansing process of those precious metals. What does a fire and refinement do? It burns out all the impurities of those precious metals. It makes you more pure. And that's what the word of the Heavenly Father will do, is going to do eventually, once it's written in us, perfecting us, making us a more pure child of the Most High God. Right? It says, they shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, is my power. Right? That's how you cleanse your way. That's how you're baptized.
Notice those same men that make it, this is the reason why the Lord, basically when John saw the elect in the ships, he saw them arrayed in a fine linen. Basically, they were dressed in all white because white represents what? Purity. Those men were basically cleansed men.
These are they that were not defiled with women.
Exactly. 144,000, man. There was no gall found in their mouth. They're pure, man. They have. I have created 7,000 men who have not bowed down the knee to the image of Baal. That's the 144,000, man.
7 meaning a complete number.
Yeah.
Daniel chapter 12, verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried. But the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. Second Ezra chapter 2, I'm going to start up at 36. 35. Be ready to the reward of the kingdom. How do you be ready for the reward of the kingdom? You got to be clean. Before you come to this wedding, you got to be clean. You got to have on proper garments, which is that pure white. It's not about your clothing. It's about the inner man being pure and clean. Okay, how do you cleanse? We just read how you cleanse the inner garment, so to speak.
Basically, you gotta be a spiritual virgin. That's why it says in Revelation 14 that these men were gonna be virgins. It didn't mean that they were gonna be literal virgins in the flesh.
Right.
It just meant that they would be filled with the false doctrines and philosophies of the world, man.
It says, be ready to the reward of the kingdom, for the everlasting light shall shine upon you forevermore. Flee the shadow of this world. See, I read that to the light darkness that you were talking about earlier from John the 3rd chapter. It says, receive the joyfulness of your glory. I testify my Savior openly. Oh, receive the gift that is given you and be glad. Take giving thanks unto him that hath called you to the heavenly kingdom. Arise up and stand. Behold, the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord, which are departed from the shadow of the world and have received glorious garments of the Lord.
garment is symbolic of the truth.
Yep.
I mean, we're gonna actually get, actual garments, but it symbolizes in the scriptures this knowledge, man.
It says, take thy number, O Zion, and son of those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord Yahweh. The number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord Yahweh, that the people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed. I ever saw upon the mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there were a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted.
Who is that talking about? Yahushua, man. This is him rewarding, his servants for being faithful, for enduring unto the end, man, for basically going through the trial, the tribulation, man, and making it out. Once you made it out of that, hey, you've been cleansed, you've been purified, man. You've been put to the fire, man. All the impurities is burnt off of you. Okay, go ahead.
It says, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said to me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, mortified their members, mortal, right? It said, and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High God Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowned them? And he giveth them palms in their hands. So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High God Yahweh, which is Yahushua, whom they have confessed to the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders the Lord Yahweh thy power thou hast seen. So that's what we're telling. We're telling all the wonderful things that we see in these scriptures. Okay, through the prophecies, through the history, okay, through the word, the spirit that gives us the understanding of all of this. We have to teach this to the people and tell it to the people. But not everybody's going to get it, only the elect are going to get it. And they'll be clean on this side and be escaped from the dangers and perils. And somebody get
Second Ezra's 9.
9:7.
It's Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 7.
Second Ezra 9 and 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape.
Everyone that shall be saved. Those are those that were received palms in the hand, that got the crowns, that are purified and made white. Okay? That were cleansed. Right?
And everyone
that were so-called baptized, Right?
And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works.
By your works.
And by faith.
And by faith.
Whereby ye have believed.
Whereby ye have believed. This is what's going to... How do you prove that you have faith works whereby you believe? You do the things that you cleanse yourself with this word. You follow what this word tells you. You feed the flock. You cleanse yourself up with the laws the best of your ability. Okay, you make your body a living sacrifice. All right?
Yeah, abstain from, the ways of this world. Show charity amongst your brother. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Yahushua, he basically gave us the blueprint. So as long as you following that, you can never go wrong, man.
Be clean.
Basically follow after his example.
I gotta break.
Yeah, simple.
It's that verse 8. Shall be preserved from the said perils.
That's how you preserve from the said perils. And what did it say we read out of 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter? It said, in the last days they lose, the Spirit is going to keep them winning. Okay?
Shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land, and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
He said that in 2 letter that they were from the beginning. You go ahead, Shabar. You got it out.
This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3, verse 5. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded.
And a little chastisement is that trial and that refinement period of the elect. Hey, it's hard, but it's worth it. Somebody get Hebrews 12. Go ahead, bro.
For the Most High, Yahweh approved them and found them worthy for himself.
Hey, but a lot of Jake, when you go to Matthew 13th chapter, a lot of Jake is going to fail when they get tried. Because when tribulation arises because of the word, they by and by are offended, and they become unfruitful. I believe something like that. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
As gold in the furnace has he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation they shall shine.
Hey, burnt offering, that don't sound like something easy. That sounds hard. This is how easy would it be in a wicked society to be righteous? Everything but you and the spirit, you know, and the other brothers that's trying to do it is being righteous. I mean, being wicked. That's the only righteousness is when you bring this word out. Okay? And even we, though we're going through this trial, we're not perfect yet. Okay? We fucked up like everybody else. But we're trying not to fuck up. We're trying to just like your mama on church Sunday, I use this analogy. On church Sunday, put you all in the church clothes, but you want to go outside and play. You got a few minutes to mess around, but you better not get dirty. That's what this is like. You can mess around a little bit, but you better not get dirty. And you mess up your shoes or your shirt or whatever, and it's a wrap. You be out. Right? You be in some real trouble. You get this trouble to 2/3. Okay, so you gotta try to remain as clean as you possibly can while you're going through this trial period. Go ahead, bro.
As gold in the furnace as he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation they shall shine.
Yeah, and in the time of the visitation, we gonna shine. The legends gonna shine. Everybody looking like the zombie apocalypse, the men of the Lord gonna look like vibrant men that's ready with confidence in their eyes. Okay? Through the power of your how about you know shine. They gonna shine, they gonna be all scrawny, they gonna be eating, they gonna look hydrated, they gonna know how to make their moves with the word. Okay? That's gonna be the difference. You guys,
and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble.
This is actually talking about Jake, the brothers that get spiritual power, man.
Yeah.
That's what that's talking about. Right.
Stuff. Talking about go to Obadiah 1:18.
He's soft and stuff.
Yeah.
They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people.
And he didn't practice his whole life trying to be that dude, right? He practiced his whole life trying to be like that dude. That's not a life. Anyway.
And their Lord shall reign forever.
The Howard Shah, the Howard by Shimon Shah is going to reign forever. Okay?
That's the point. Which one?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
And it's Hebrews 12,
Oh yeah.
6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth.
Hey, if he loves you, hey, if things are easy and you making it, hey, if you're not sighing and crying, right? Because bad shit's happening to you, because you can see the wrong that's happening in the world. None of that is bothering you, then the Heavenly Father don't love you, man. If you're an Israelite, the Heavenly Father don't love you. Right? Go ahead, bro.
It's Hebrews 12:6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth.
He scourge you, he gonna whip you and beat you to clean you up, okay? He gonna keep you in that boundary of righteousness, okay? And don't step outside the line, get your ass back in line, okay? Like you would do with your kids if they're playing by the street corner, you gonna make sure they stay out the streets. word or whatever. That's the same thing he do. He scourges every son that he receives. Go ahead.
7. If you endure chastity, Yahweh dealeth with you as his sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if you be without chastisement,
Tough correction, man.
Yeah.
Tough love, man. You know?
What the scripture said about the sons, he that loveth the son maketh them to feel the body often.
yeah, you remind me of that nigga
Yeah.
Denzel.
It's on his head.
Yeah. He said, I forgot what he said.
He said, I don't, who said I gotta
I don't
love you?
gotta,
Yeah,
I don't gotta like you.
Yeah, I
I
gotta
gotta
like
like
you.
I ain't gotta like you.
Yeah, that's what it was. I gotta like you. Who said I had to like you? I gotta feed and clothe. That's it. Make sure. But what he didn't say was, I have to teach you how to be. But then he went deep in on it. He was like, he said, I'm trying to teach you how to now. I'm not gonna give you no handout and make you all soft like your mama would do. I'm gonna make you hard like this world that you gonna have to deal with when you become a man. Is gonna do. Gonna treat you. Yeah, that when you love your kids, you gonna prepare them for what's coming for them. That you already know that's coming. Like the world ain't nice to nobody, right? Probably not Jake. So you gotta prepare your kids to that hard way. That they can endure that hardness when it comes and still make the right decision. Go ahead, bro.
If you endure chastity, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not?
Who said you? He don't love you. He not gonna correct you.
But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons.
Yeah, you're a bastard. Who's the number one bastard on the planet? Esau. Hey, we said a child left to himself will become willful, right? A horse not broken, right?
That's why these nations have no filter on the type of degenerate shit that they do. You know?
Africans sucking penis of a 20-year-old circumcised, like what kind of shit? Cutting off the
That's fucking Amalek. do that shit.
yeah.
Amalek do that too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did it to pay for the ritual, the circumcision ritual. That happened.
Yeah.
That's not a Israelites. That's some weirdo shit, man. You know what I mean?
Put your child through the fire for a fucking owl.
Yeah.
Back then it was a straight up a bull, basically for a big ass statue. You have orgies in front of it to worship it. You know, you sacrificing kids, and children to it. Molech, you know.
There was another one in the Semiramis came from. It was Apis. Apis the bull, I think. Yeah, that was another one.
Yeah, man. You know.
Continuing this 9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh.
So like, you're a brute beast if you're not a son. The Most High is not chastising you to stay in love. You're a brute beast, you're a bastard. You don't have no guidance.
Real quick, I just did a lesson earlier how over there in India there was a cow who was born with a deformity. Basically, he was born with his head was deformed, and basically all he had was one big eye. He was basically like a cyclops. He was basically born like a cyclops. And they all came out from all the different villages and started worshiping the damn baby cow, man. Just because he got one eye. You know?
Righteousness, that put to death.
You know? What the fuck wrong with this thing?
Yeah.
Fucking defile everybody.
So that's an example of bastards, man. You know, the Most High told us to, hey, don't do that shit. You know?
Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us.
Your natural father treated you. This time it's a little different. Most of you that have fathers in your life, they had you doing that, but they guided you to some direction.
Which corrected us. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live?
Hey, should we give the Most High God the
light your ass up,
Or you know what the hell?
or you don't know what he's gonna do to your ass, man. That kind of fear that you have for your father. Should you rather not have that kind of fear for the Father of spirits, man?
Hey, the shit that the Most High about to do, that's the Heavenly Father about to do. Oh, hey, Jake is in trouble, man. Like the teacher called, you got a bad report card. Like everything is going on. The worst case scenario that can happen to you when you're, in the world. All of that's true about what's happening in the spiritual realm also. That's going up to the Heavenly Father. Where's the one in the second address? You got something? So like second address, 15 or 16 said, we can just have exceedingly polluted the whole. Somebody grab that.
15.
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 1. It says, hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Yasha'Allah, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
I'm going to punish you because you're my children. The rest of them are little bastards. We don't care. But I told you stay away from the little bastard ass kids. That's just unruly. Stop worshiping after their idols and all that other stuff. But I'm going to punish you because I'm your father. Okay? That's what that's talking about right there. When you get that second entrance, we'll that out.
All right, brothers, I see y'all. Make sure y'all go down that
Tell them to come further down this way.
All shoe stop.
What about you?
Like you don't need it.
You don't need this word.
Second Ezra 15 to 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
The whole earth, that's even our own people. So the Heavenly Father gotta punish us. Okay, he gonna punish the whole world. He gonna put the whole world on notice when he punishes the whole world. But particularly, he's really infuriated when he's over the 2/3 of our people. Okay? He's infuriated with the 2/3 of our people.
Don't the Most High always give us examples?
Oh yeah.
2/3 nigga, man.
Go down there because they need it. Oh, true. Tell them to come up over here. You gonna get two people to play.
All the people over there, they know the bonus. They walk up and down. They see us
They
all the
drive by and hump.
Yeah, and then these people, they ain't concerned with this.
Hey, them homeless people down there that he's really talking about, that drugs down on, they're worried about the next fix. They're worried about what they're going to eat tonight. They're not in position to realize, to acknowledge that the Heavenly Father put them in that position. They're talking about the church that's down there. They're too busy waiting on the soup kitchen to open up, or whatever's going on. Whatever else they're thinking about. They're not thinking about the word. That's why they're in that position.
He acted like he didn't need it.
You worry about you. Worry about people down there. Worry about you. Save yourself and let yourself be an example unto what they should be doing.
Hey, when she in the band, them niggas he worry about down there gonna eat his big greasy ass.
That's true.
You gonna play that nigga up and put a spear through that nigga and have him going over the fire, man. Yeah.
For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Their harmful works are fulfilled.
And the hurtful works are fulfilled. That whole mentality of all the wickedness that's on earth is but death by pain. Right? Anybody have something?
Wrap it up. Y'all got nothing else. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna give all praises and glory to Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Yahushai.
And honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone. Shalom, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect type like David. We say shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.